Okay. I really gotta set my Duolingo reminders to not be at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Because if I'm gonna be streaming at 4:30, it doesn't really help me for it to start at 4. And I get all my stream stuff ready and I get on the mic and then it's like, hey, you got time to practice Spanish now? No. No hablo español ahora. Or rather, it wouldn't even be no hablo, it'd be no puedo hablar español ahora. Oh boy. Or would it be no puedo hablando? No, hablando is after esta to imply that you're doing something in the present. See, I'm starting to understand Spanish a little bit. It just it's just that it's hard to translate it from doing the lessons to actually speaking it, I guess. Hey Marie, how's it going? Watched part of the archive. The Forgotten Badlands of Kanto took me 1 hour and 34 minutes of the almost 3-hour stream. I believe it. It felt like longer. It felt like a solid 2 hours, if I'm being honest with you. But I'm just glad they're over, because that means today we can move along, which we will go ahead and do in probably about 1 minute, fairly shortly. My one clock says 4:30, but my other one says 4:29. So when they both say 4:31, we'll get moving. And we'll go from there. Is that my screen? No. What the hell's banging? That sounds like my screen. I don't know. Whatever. Ain't even my house. I don't know why I'm worried about it. Okay. Ah, the sea. The sea, as far as the eye can see. I'm sick and tired of routes 12 through 15. The open water is fine by me for now, even though we only have 3 routes of it to go before we're done with it. Anything's got to be better than routes 12 through 15. How you doing, everybody? Welcome back to Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, the Stream Edition. Hi, Mithra. Well, we'll get to move around a little bit because we'll be sea skimming a lot today. Because last time, we got our 6th badge from Saffron City Gym after they would not let us in the front door. And we also caught ourselves a Zapdos. And today, I'm going to feed Mithra this golden pineapple berry. Finish your food. There you go. I'm glad you liked it. So yes, today we're going to fight these 2 swimmers that are right here on the beach, and then after that we're going to head all the way down and around towards Cinnabar Island where our 7th gym badge awaits. So let's take a look at the town map so I can show you pretty much where we're going. I explained it last time at the end, but we'll do it again because why the heck not. We're here on Route 19. We're going to head south and then west through the Seafoam Islands, probably all the way into the caves if we have to. And then all the way through the rest of Route 20 to Cinnabar Island. We'll get our 7th gym badge, then we'll head north on Route 21, and we'll end up back at home in Pallet Town before we go and make our last stop in Viridian City to take on our 8th gym leader to get our 8th gym badge. And then it's just the Pokemon League, and we'll be heading up there. So, a few more episodes. I'm anticipating, depending on how BS some of the captures we're going to be doing in a little bit here end up being, we might actually be done with the game at the end of this week. Although I have some, not really bonus episodes planned, I have some post-game stuff planned that I'll explain a little more about when we get that far. I don't think Interceptor's going to be good against these swimmers. I'll probably put him back in the first slot and then just switch him around after a bit. But let's have Totoro do a little bit of thunder punching. And we'll go from there. What arbitrary roadblock is awaiting me next? Probably the Seafoam Islands, if I'm being honest. It's, I'm sure there's going to be something waiting for me down there to hold me up, but we'll see in a little bit. The Starmie will not be holding me up because I can probably nearly one-hit KO it. Okay, I just flat out one-hit KO it with Thunder Punch. That will work. Like I said, you see Starmies later on in this game, but you don't see them on trainers that are actually, like, important trainer battles, like gym leaders and that sort of stuff. So, are you sure you're warmed up, sir? You look like you have a bit of a nose run. Should get that checked out. Yeah, I know. And actually, we're at about level 50, which is where I would actually want to be for the Elite Four period. This was the level that I expected us to be at the end of Victory Road. But apparently the experience gain on routes 12 through 15 is way too strong. And it's way too much. It's too much, and I don't like it, but that's okay. We'll take what we can get. That's a Dratini. I couldn't catch that last time, sir. You are very lucky. Look at this little girl. I was going to say little boy, but it's a little female Dratini. I like the whole Dratini line. I'm more a fan of Dragonair than Dragonite, but they're all great. I like them. We took what we could get back in Gen 1. We only had one Dragon-type evolutionary line in the whole game, so we kind of got used to them. Not that it wasn't, you know, it wasn't all that hard to get used to it, because, I mean, they're all great, so I like it. Didn't I just ban you on the last stream? Dumb bot. Maybe with, yeah, it's a Staryu. Yeah, EXP gain good. People playing the way they intended could legitimately have a Dragonite by endgame. Yes, and yeah, they probably would legit have a Dragonite at that point. They wouldn't have to, like, you know, go out of their way to get it, or, you know, have an illegal one. That you catch in the wild. I'm gonna switch to a Pokeball for this if it's in the yellow, just like that. Alright, don't go swatting at me, Staryu. I have a raspberry for you. There you go, friend. That's not the right throw. Okay, well that was a little closer to what I wanted, but I almost got to swing my arm sideways to get it in the circle there, it looks like. It's okay, I got it anyway. Yeah, we don't have Game Sharks for Gen 8, yeah. It's a little, it would be a little too much if we did. We'd be able to... Yeah, I mean, either one. I knew what you meant, so... This game practically looks like Gen 8, considering how good it looks. Let's read Staryu's Pokedex entry, shall we, now that we got it? As long as the center section is unharmed, Staryu can grow back fully, even if it is chopped to bits. Let's hope no one ever does that, but, you know, I guess it might happen. Probably not a good thing, but, you know. Do I have a spare water stone? I could have sworn we just picked one up, didn't we? We did! So we can keep adding to my Pokedex. Awesome. Let's see, just caught you, but let's sort by Pokedex number. There you are. And you probably have most of your moves already, so... I mean, this is fine. Just stick you right in there. I think when I played this game through the first time, I ended up using a Starmie, but I can't quite recall if I did or didn't. It's been a while since I've played this game all the way through, so... I just grabbed you right out of the water, and I'm already turning you more powerful. Okay. This is going to put our total at, like, what, 82 now, I think, Pokemon? I'll try to get over 100 by the end of the game, but I don't know if that's going to happen. We'll probably get close, but I don't know exactly. Gen 7 was a blur for you, despite 4 trips through Hawaii. I mean, Alola. Yeah, I didn't really play much of Gen 7 other than this game. I've actually played this game a fair amount more than Sun and Moon. Like, I played Sun and Moon through once, I think. I forget if I even played all the way through them, to be honest with you. But yeah, I've definitely I've played. This will be my second playthrough of this game, so that's already quite a bit more than I played Sun and Moon. So let's read Starmie's Pokedex entry as well, shall we? The center section is named the Core. People think Starmie is communicating when it glows in 7 colors. Interesting. It's got a prismatic sphere for a core. Alright, now let's put it back in the box. And pull Stitch back out. I keep moving Stitch out of the party, but that's just because, for the most part, I'm just evolving water-type Pokemon and stuff. I'm just pulling out the element that I'm using, you know. Okay, now that I went back up onto the land after doing that, let's continue, shall we? See what else we can catch along the way. There's another Staryu. Here's another Tentacool. I'll look for a Tentacruel while we're out here. Also gonna look for all the trainers, because there's, I think if I counted correctly, there's like 18 trainers between here and Cinnabar Island, although I think that counts the ones that are on the beach there, so we'll have to see if that's true. Significantly less than routes 12 through 15, so that's all that I care about. Although it looks like they're getting a little closer in terms of their levels than the ones on the beach there. Fine by me, that's all I know. I'll make it work. By zapping this Golduck into submission with my fists. Oh, you switched to the wrong move, lady. You still have a Pokemon left. You could have burned me with Scald. Worst comes to worst with Psybeam, I would have just switched out. But, you know. Celestial Body games are hit and miss for you. They weren't bad, but they were barely more memorable than Kalos. You went through France 5 times, don't even remember half the gym leaders. Yeah, I don't know. It's, like I said, I haven't really, besides this game, I haven't really enjoyed a Pokemon game since, like, this is probably a stupid switch in. Yeah, I haven't really enjoyed a Pokemon game since Black and White 2, so a lot of the stuff, like, I went through Gen 6 all the way on X and Y, and also on Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. I went through them both once each, and I barely remember anything about them. And yeah, Gen 7, I barely remember anything about it either, honestly. And that is like 6 dead Cloyster right there. Has like no special defense. Excuse me a moment, I need to blow my nose. I'm gonna mute the mic real quick. Ugh. Oh. Oh, okay. There we go. Yeah, I muted it after the fact. I thought I hit it the first time. I apologize for that. That's entirely my bad. What was I saying? Yeah, what was I saying a minute ago? Oh, yeah. I usually get a little sniffly in the beginning of spring. And, it's not too bad, but sometimes my nostrils get a little stuffy. I gotta fix it. But in May, that's when I get the worst, because in May is when the cottonwood trees around here start to grow in their pollen and stuff. And it's not really good at all. It's not a good situation. Gonna get my vaccine appointment probably around May because they're gonna be opening up to general population soon. And I'll go into the site and they'll be like, "Sir, you're sneezing a lot. What's wrong? Do you have the virus? Why did you come here while you have the virus?" I'm like, "No, I don't have anything. I'm just sniffly because I have seasonal allergies. Just give me the shot so I can go home, please." Yeah, apologies for the blown nose directly on the microphone. That's gross. I'm sorry. So happy for no wild encounters. It feels so good. Yeah, these routes in particular are where not having to deal with random encounters, like, you can see them on the world map. These routes are where it really comes in handy because, like, in caves and in here, it's great because before it was just like, okay, every single tile could be a wild encounter. Like on land, okay, most of the time you don't have to go in the tall grass, but when you're on the water, there's trainers, and in addition to the trainers, there's also wild Pokemon to deal with. So yeah, it took a little bit of a toll as you're going around. You end up using repels and everything else like that. But now you don't even got to worry about one half of it because if you don't want to do the encounters, well, just don't run into the Pokemon and you're good to go. So. Man, Totoro, you got a lot of HP, my friend. that super potion did 0 to heal you. Well, how far away did you swim from? Because if you swam from the shore, well, I mean, it's still a ways out, I guess. So. They did this for Hoenn, going through the dive routes without having to dive and slow down tremendously. Boy, that would be nice. I don't know if they're ever going to make another Let's Go. They haven't really shown any intention of doing so, but I mean, this thing can have Aurora Beam, can't it? Totoro. Yeah, if they ever decide to do another Let's Go game, I mean, they'd probably do Johto first, but then maybe they'll do Hoenn. I don't know, but it would be nice not having to deal with, like, if the water routes just had the Pokemon on the screen, like you didn't have them in random encounters, you know? That would be nice. Game served its purpose. It's probably why they pushed Pokeball Plus so hard when this was new. Yeah, I mean, the intention behind it was to bring in people who had started playing Pokemon Go. Because Pokemon Go became a ridiculous worldwide phenomenon, like, almost immediately when it came out. And they probably didn't expect it to get as crazy popular as it was. And they were like, okay, but normally we develop stuff for the portable consoles, and we're going to be developing for the Switch in the future. How do we bring people in from the cell phones to that? Because, I mean, we'll make some money off of the stuff from Go, but we also have to pay Niantic when we do that. So how do we cut out the middleman here? Game Freak says. And so then they did. They put Let's Go in. They pushed the Pokeball Plus. Was that a... No, Magikarp. You can see me from pretty far out. Yeah, they have a unique animation when they go towards you, where they swim towards you, so that's kind of nice. They don't, like, tread towards you. They actually swim. Nice touch. I'll take it, Game Freak. Again, I like showing the little details where they actually put in some effort, because there are times where they do. They get a rap for not doing it, but I want to show the parts where they actually do. So. You can't swim at all. I don't want to say I was born in the water, but I know how to swim quite well. I've been swimming... Well, okay, so I haven't swam recently because there's no public pool near my area. I probably wouldn't want to go to a public pool anyway. And we haven't had a pool in our backyard that I've actually been able to fit in since I was about... I want to say 16, something like that. It was a bit of a stretch back then, even. But when I used to go swimming, I was a fish, man. I'd jump right in. I could stay in the pool all day. I'd shrivel up like a prune, but I could stay in the pool all day. I love swimming. It's one of my favorite activities. So, can't imagine treading water and still moving forward. It's not that hard, actually. And really, if you're out on the open ocean like this, it's actually probably better for you to backstroke, because treading water uses a lot of those abdominal muscles and everything. So when you're doing backstroke, you're putting more of your effort on, like, your you're changing where your gravity is being centered on your body, which makes it easier on your muscles, so you're not like getting lactic acid buildup and everything. So, but yeah, swimming is fun. I quite enjoy it myself. So, speaking of swimming, we probably have to keep an eye out for sharks around here because, well, yesterday when I was going to feed my dog, I went to open up an aluminum can. He's got this healthy dog food. I think it was a can of like dog beef stew, basically. It's probably just regular beef stew with like some glucosamine sprinkled in or something. I don't know. But went to open up the can and I caught my finger pretty good, fairly close to an artery. Thankfully, it did not catch an artery, or I probably would not be streaming today. I'd be in the hospital. But I gotta watch for excess water because it can't get into my wound. That being said, we have these really nice waterproof bandages at my house, and I've had one on, well, I changed it out. I redressed the wound a little earlier after I got out of the shower and I was getting ready to stream. I redressed the wound, and they're really nice, these these waterproof bandages, because, I mean, they do exactly what they say. They conform to your skin. They keep it so that it's padded, so it's not like directly like peeling on the skin directly on top of it or anything like that. But sorry, that might be a little TMI for people. But yeah, it's not like peeling directly on the skin. It's comfortable around the pad that's keeping around the wound, but the rest completely conforms to the skin and prevents any water from getting in. So I could wear this thing like while I'm out and about in public. I don't have to keep redressing it every time I go to the bathroom and wash my hands. It's great. I don't know. Apparently, I never discovered waterproof bandages until just now, and it's blowing my mind. So I won't have to worry about being eaten by a Sharpedo while we're on this route, because, I mean, not that they're here, but, you know, I won't have to worry about it because I don't have an open wound. That being said, they could probably still smell any... Well, it isn't bleeding anymore. Like I said, it was a pretty deep cut, but it isn't bleeding anymore, so... That helps. Oh, I'm still in because I used Pedal Dance. Whoops. It's fine. Gyarados will go down next turn. Means you don't get injured often, which is a good thing. Yeah, I mean, I try to keep myself careful where I can in terms of, like, you know, injuries and stuff. When I'm at the electrical vocational training and everything, like, I walk into those booths, I've got my mask on, because you got to keep the mask on anyway, because you can't go into the building without having a mask on. But it's probably for the best that I have the mask on anyway, because I mean, you could get like silica dust and, you know, metal dust. There's a whole bunch of dust basically in that little basement dungeon area where they have you do the electrical work, and I just don't want to breathe that crap in. So the mask with the filter helps a lot for that. So even if there wasn't COVID, I'd probably still be, you know, putting that on so I don't breathe that crap in. I got my safety glasses on. I got my safety gloves on. I'm like, top to bottom, I feel like I'm in armor sometimes when I'm in that place, but yeah, I'm well prepared when it comes to that. And it's important, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to lose a finger or something and or zap myself and fry the skin, because like, you zap yourself on one of those things with open skin, it fries you from the inside out, so you barely notice it until when you notice it, and when you do notice it, that means that finger is no longer usable. Like, if you can see the electrical wound, that means it fried everything from the very tip of, like, the very inside of your finger all the way up to the skin. And that's disgusting, and I'm sorry for the imagery for people who get squeamish about this sort of stuff, but that's exactly what you want to avoid, and that's why you wear gloves when you're doing this stuff, so... Don't let anybody tell you different. PPE is important, no matter what you're doing. So, plus having safety gloves like that on allows me to actually bend copper wire with my bare hands. I'm so powerful. No, I mean, I don't bend it like, you know, Arnold Schwarzenegger bending like a, you know, Terminator bending an iron bar or anything like that, but when I bend it, I just twist it a little bit, like if you need to twist it around on the inside to screw in a wire nut so that it all gets clamped off. And I don't know how to provide a mental image of this to people who don't know what electrical work looks like. Maybe when I do it a little more, I'll be able to tell you a little better. But basically, you have to twist a few of the wires together sometimes so that they all meet code. And you have to stick a plastic wire nut on top of them so that none of the hot parts are exposed. So none of the copper can be exposed. So you twist it on, and yeah, it keeps it up to code. Nobody gets burned. It's all good. And I can start that twist with my bare hands if I need to, even if it's quite a few wires, because, well, I've got the safety gloves on. I got more surface area to work with, and I don't have skin that flakes off at the slightest touch of abrasive copper. So, what's my end game after finishing vocational training? So I'm going to look for an entry-level job in the field. Ideally unionized. I would prefer that. If I don't get it preferred, or if I don't get it unionized, then I guess I'll take it. But I prefer it be a unionized job. I'm gonna have to see what's in the area, like around this area. Hello, Gyarados. Wow, you swim fast. Holy crap! Look at that man go. He's gone. I saw him and he ran away. He's gone. Oh my lord. Yeah, so I'm gonna work on. Once I'm done with the vocational training, I'm going to try to get an entry-level job. And while I'm getting an entry-level job, I'm going to try to go for the night classes to see if I can get more specialization in the field. And ideally, what I would like to do... Oh, okay, thank you. So this is like a mobile Pokemon Center. Awesome. That'll help. Yeah, ideally what I'd like to do is I'd like to eventually finish out... Because I originally, when I went to school, like this is 10 years ago at this point. This is when I first started my YouTube channel. I was going to school for not electrical engineering, civil engineering. But I know some of the engineering principles, so I figure, hey, if I can get them to help me pay for the rest of that degree, I can just go back and take it eventually. So I said, well, I'll get a job, and then once I get a job, I'll work on getting better in the field by... Okay, we are incredibly underdressed for this place. The Seafoam Islands, and it's very cold in here. So yeah, entry-level job, get better training, higher level job, get better training, higher level job, just until I go. And I keep telling my parents, yeah, man, I'm gonna get enough training and everything like that. I'm gonna work on all that, and eventually I'm gonna move to Hawaii. And they're like, no way, you're never gonna do that. And I'm like, you're supposed to support me. Anyway, we're here in Seafoam Islands. We've encountered a seal. Let's see if we can throw a Pokeball and capture it, shall we? Feed it first. Not supposed to feed the wildlife, I know, but I'm doing it anyway. There we go. You let me have my dreams! And for architectural engineering, it's nothing like how you imagine. Yeah, it's a little different. It takes a little getting used to, but I mean, I got it. Yeah, so I'm already at the vocational training. I'm not at the entry-level job yet. But like I said, I have a couple of years of experience in engineering as it is. So hopefully going back afterwards should make this, it should be a little easier than just, you know, like starting from scratch. I know I haven't done that stuff in a while, but I can always, you know, just do a little bit of it on my own before I start it up again and then go from there. We caught a seal. Let's read its Pokedex entry, shall we? Seal loves freezing cold conditions. It's in the right place for that. It relishes swimming in a frigid climate of around 14 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, you might want to... Actually, you're in the completely right place for that here, but that's pretty cold. Still have no idea what you want to do. It sucks. Meanwhile, Seal's one of your favorite Pokemon from Kanto. Yeah, See, my thought process of, like, okay, what do I want to do with myself? What do I want to do with myself? It's changed, like, multiple times since I, you know, as I was growing up through my 20s. As it is now, I figured what I'm trying to do now is, at the very least, even if I don't end up doing a whole lot with it in my lifetime, like if I just end up doing entry-level stuff, it's at least a good skill to have, knowing how to do electrical wiring, you know what I mean? Like, I probably won't put it to use immediately for my own purposes, but it's good to know how to do it, I think. So, there you go, Jinx. You need to slow down, girl. You're getting way off center here. Okay, still got it in the circle. Yeah, you gotta throw it almost sideways when they're over on the side like that, so. I'm just glad it didn't hit somewhere else. Okay, that's fine. But yeah, I like Seal and Dugong as well. They're not my favorite water type, but I do quite like them, so. Nice and simple design. Nothing too, you know, in-depth with them, but I like them. Yeah, I think Jinx is fairly rare. Or at the very least, it just has high CP, like Electabuzz and Scyther and all those guys, because, yeah, Great Balls are still a red circle, so. It's mainly based on their CP, how red, orange, yellow, or green the circle is. But let's read Jinx's Pokedex entry, shall we? Jinx appears to move to a rhythm of its own, as if it were dancing. It wiggles its hips as it walks. Where are its hips, exactly? It's not those weird things sticking out of the side of its dress, quote-unquote, is it? Because that's something. Let's not think too much about Jinx's anatomy. Gives me conniptions. Let's sort this out, though. Jinx was another one of the Pokemon that I was thinking about using when I was planning on having a big rotation of like 10 Pokemon. It was going to be both my Ice and my Psychic type, but obviously, as you can see here, we're catching it really late in the game. I would have been able to use it for like a total of 3 episodes, and that's it, so. Oh, that's a pretty good idea, actually. Yeah, so you can use Strong Push in here, and as you may recall, there are some puzzles where Strong Push is actually a thing here in the Seafoam Islands. If you've played before, you'll know this. If you haven't played before, then, well, you won't know this, but you're going to know it right now because here's a Strong Push block. But if a wild Pokemon actually walks in front of the block, excuse me, you actually can't push it. So, you have to kind of wait for them to get out of the way, or use a repel, like she said, and that'll let them, that'll prevent them from getting in your way. And I mean, if it's Golbats flying around, the Zubats have one final trick up their sleeve. They don't supersonic things in this game anymore, unless they're in a battle with you, but, like, their final trick up their sleeve to be annoying is they get in your way while you're trying to push blocks around, so, yeah. What was I going to do on this menu? Oh, yeah, hang on. We gotta go to the Pokemon box because I realized we have rare candies and Seal is like level 40-something, so I could just take it, put it right in my party, give it a rare candy, and evolve it right away because it evolves at like 34. So, where's my candy? There it is. There you go, buddy. Filling out that Pokedex. That's what we're doing right now. Like I said, I'm trying to get as many as I can because this is probably the highest amount of Pokemon I'll ever catch. Like, I don't think I'll catch this many Pokemon combined in the other Pokemon playthroughs that I do. No, actually, that's not true because we'll be playing Coliseum and XD. And between those two games, there's like 120 Pokemon to catch, so not including the wild ones. So, there's quite a bit. Yeah, they are high AF level on this one. What is this, a Pokemon hack? I think it's just because you don't have to like fight them in battle, so they felt like, oh yeah, we could make them a higher level so that way they're a little closer. Like, let's say you get to Seafoam Islands and you still haven't caught a water type, you can catch these and basically be all set to go challenge Blaine, so. But let's read Dugong's Pokedex entry, shall we? Dugong's entire body is a snowy white. Unharmed by even intense cold, it swims powerfully in icy waters. Again, feel right at home here. Okay, now we can put you back in the box. We'll grab our Vaporeon back. Get used to moving back and forth here, Stitch, because I get the feeling we're going to catch a whole bunch of water types and end up evolving them. Although, I don't think you get too many more rare candies in the game. I think that one lady in the power plant, like, she was kind of an indicator of almost... It's not the last time we'll get rare candies. I think you get a couple from here. Like, in here, there's one, I think, and then there's probably one in Victory Road, but won't see too many after this. Really? You must like the change in weather. You're hot, then you're cold. You're yes, then you're no. I'll battle you now. Just don't throw me up and then down. Help the danger factor of a locale, strong Pokemon, because it was dangerous in places like here at the power plant. Yeah, and if you had to, like, actually fight them, yeah, it would actually help out. It would be like, okay, it's pretty dangerous here. You probably shouldn't go here if you're, you know, a newbie trainer or anything like that. But, well, you don't have to fight them in this entry, so. Man, this guy's Pokemon are level 46. He's getting up there close to where the next gym leader will be. I think Blaine's highest is like 48, if I recall correctly. No thunder for you! Drill run only. Again, this is good practice for my rival, though. Although by the time I fight my rival, I'll be replacing drill run with something else, so... I'm just glad I get to use drill run now. You use like a Dugtrio or anything like that, you don't end up being able to use drill run, so... It's nice that I'm actually able to use something other than dig at this point. And that's a Vaporeon, so I'm getting the heck out of here. Totoro, why don't you do what you did last time? You tanked it so well, and I could switch in Littlefoot, but Aurora Beam's spooky, so... And if I recall correctly, in like Gen 1 and stuff, the Pokemon that were in... Ow, that actually hurt pretty good. Oh, it was a crit, that's why. Okay. But yeah, the Pokemon that were in, like, the power plant and everything like that, they weren't exactly, like, super powerful. They were pretty damn powerful compared to the stuff you would see on the route that they were on or anything like that. But, I mean, to my recollection, the wild Pokemon were, like, mid to high 30s, so it wasn't, like, terribly strong. But it was strong, it just wasn't, like it is here, where they're in the 40s, you know. Look at what you can find wild. There aren't a lot of things for you to catch or use early games, so you probably have nothing until around this point. Well, it gives you an excuse to use a whole bunch of different Pokemon, at least, so... That way you can kind of switch them out as you go, you know what I mean? And then catch them wild when they're at a fairly high level, like this, and then you're in good shape, so... This Flareon probably knows Flare Blitz, so get ready for that. Because it learns it at, like, level 31. In this game, which is pretty crazy. But, I mean, it deserves to be able to have it at that level. It got Flare Blitz in, like, Gen 6 or something, but I don't think it learned it until, like, level something ridiculous, like level 70 or something like that. Or maybe I'm thinking of Gen 5. I forget. Flareon needed Flare Blitz. It just didn't have enough power behind its moves otherwise, so... And I mean, look at that. It actually lived through a Scald there from me. It's got enough special defense. I'm just going to let it KO itself real quick. There we go. I probably would have lived through another Flare Blitz. As a matter of fact, I definitely would have lived through another Flare Blitz, but, I mean, this works. That'll do, Stitch. That'll do. And Emery's level 50 now as well. Nice. We're all getting closer. So what do you have for me, sir? 5 more rare candies. Thanks. I definitely needed those. Actually, it pisses me off because I don't plan on using any of them except the rare ones, so... No, sir. It's exactly the opposite of what you said. Alright, well, let's top ourselves off real quick. I could go outside and go to the mobile Pokemon Center. That probably would have been smarter than using up some of my resources, but it's alright. We'll just pretend like that's a one-time thing. Anyway, we pushed a block down there, so let's keep moving through here and see if we can figure out what else to do. And here's the Pokeball guide, just in case you're running low on them. Not that I probably ever will. So. I'm a pro at these strength-pushing puzzles now, though. I've played Final Fantasy Legend 3 recently. I had to do that in that game as well, so this is no trouble whatsoever. Okay, nothing else here except a Zubat and a Golbat. I'll leave the family alone. How about that? Let's go see what we can find down here. Some more Great Balls. That'll always help. As to why we're pushing these strength blocks for right now, well, there's no particular reason at the moment. But when we go a little further down below here, you'll understand if you haven't played this before. It's important so that we actually can do something later on in the cave. And yeah, as you can see, it's not like other Pokemon games where you actually have to keep reusing strength every new floor you go to and after, you know, wild battles and everything. You just retain strong push through battles, you retain it through, you know, floors and everything. So you just use it once when you get in there and you're good to go for the rest of the entire dungeon. Which is really nice. It's a great quality of life change. It really should have been that way to begin with, but I mean, better late than never, right? Yeah, progression indeed. Use all the stuff before for the most part when you use new stuff, but you've used most of the stuff that's available until late can't. Oh, okay, yeah, I gotcha. Well, that makes sense. Before we go downstairs, let's see what else is on this floor. Hey, there's one we haven't seen yet. Hey, buddy. You wouldn't happen to have a lady that gives pearls out, would you? Probably not yet. I don't think I need a raspberry. I'll just toss a Pokeball. It'll probably be fine. I love Slowpoke. He's so derpy. He's great. After that one time when I played, and this is for all the veterans of my channel out there that have seen me do this, this is going back like 6 years at this point, but when I played Pokemon Volt White for the stream, I did that Nuzlocke. It's the only Nuzlocke I've ever done for the channel, and I never finished it because if I had finished it, I would have been done with it like an episode or two after when we stopped playing, and that was like, we had about 5 badges if I remember right. So I'm going to wait for the next attack because I knew it was going to happen soon. What the heck was that? Must have missed my input there. There we go. Yeah, we had a Slowpoke that we caught early on in the game, and it ended up being the only survivor of our fight against, I want to say Clay was his name? The Driftvale City gym leader, if I recall correctly. It's been a little while since I played Gen 5. I'm going to pull the Great Balls out since the Slowpoke's being, what's the word I'm looking for? A pain in my ass, that's what he's being. Yeah, that was definitely a slaughter. It did not work out well for us. But basically, what you need to know about what would have happened after that, if I had kept playing through the game, we would have gotten through the next route just fine. You actually have to fight Bianca before you leave Driftvale City, and she would have been a little tough, but I looked at her team after that, and it wasn't all that bad. We would have probably flown through it just fine. With what we had. Like, literally, our Slowking would have just destroyed her entire team, essentially, like, from what she had. Before I continue with this, let's read Slowpoke's Pokedex entry, shall we? Incredibly slow and sluggish, Slowpoke is quite content to loll about without worrying about the time. He's on his own time, you see. Yeah, so Bianca we would have had to fight outside of Driftvale, but it wouldn't have been too bad. And then, when we got to Chargestone Cave, that's where it all would have gone completely downhill, because at the end of Chargestone Cave, N challenges you to a fight, and he has 6 Pokemon, and it's not like all electric types or something like that. It's like an actual, like, legit end-of-game rival team, except it's like in the 30s and 40s, basically. So we would have gotten like, I had to redo. I had 4 Pokemon, which is what I would have had when I went through that, or actually I could have had up to 6 when I went through there, because I could have caught another Pokemon on that route above Driftvale and then one in Chargestone Cave. Oh, it's learning Psychic. Wow, that's a nice little find. Yeah, let's just get rid of confusion for that. But yeah, basically what would have happened if we would have kept playing is we would have played for approximately 2 or 3 more episodes, and I would have gotten slaughtered by N, and that would have been the end of the challenge, because once you lose all your Pokemon in a Nuzlocke, you can't play anymore. It's over. It's like an Iron Man, basically. As a matter of fact, that's exactly what it is. It's just a Pokemon version of an Iron Man, so. Well, we have our own Slowbro now, but I'm not planning on using it. Sorry, buddy. You and your brother there that evolves with a King's Rock will live on in my memories, though. Let's read your Pokedex entry while we're here. Slowbro lives lazily by the sea. If the shelter on its tail comes off, it becomes a Slowpoke again. What happens to the pattern on its stomach, then? Does it just fall off? Is that like a carapace or something? You don't need withdraw. You've got enough defense. Yeah, I think you're right. I think that's what it was. That might be what I'm thinking of, where I was like, yeah, it's not like an actual just all electric types. It was all electric types. It's just that it's a whole bunch of different Rotom forms, basically. And yeah, it would have completely killed us. Just 110% would have killed everything on my team, because at that point, I mean, Noctigal, which was the Slow King that we have, would not have survived 1 Rotom, let alone 6. And yeah, the other stuff that I had wasn't really a high enough level to really take anything else on. So I would have been 110% dead. So would not have worked out at all for us. I'm going to leave these Slowpoke alone and push this block we've been pushing for a little bit. Or is that a new one? Let's see over here. No, because that's the one we just pushed over there, so. Now, whatever we're looking for, it's down below us. So let me just keep looking around here real quick, see if there's anything I missed. There is the opposite side of this area that we can go to, but before we go there, just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay, now we can go down there. See what we can find down near the basement. I think we're on the basement 3rd floor now, so we're, well, okay. Slowpoke infestation. Hi, Cole. What's for?
Fuck.
Wow.
I just primed like 9 models, dude.
Oh.
I'll have you take a look at them after the stream, and then they should be set enough to pick up.
Okay. Look at all that Slowpoke.
I got a cramp in my hand from pressing down on the spray can for so long.
You gotta loosen that up a little bit then. Yes, yes, Jinx, you're very pretty. We get it. Okay, now, I gotta get over there. But how do I get over there? I don't know. Let's look around here first. Hey, there's TM55 Ice Beam, finally. That'll help us out quite a bit. Because now I can actually teach Stitch an Ice-type move, and he'll be... I think he's basically done with his moveset for the rest of the game now, so...
The worst part is I'm not even close to done. I have... 9, let's see, 6, 9, that's 24. I have like 30-something models still to prime.
Wow.
I'm gonna shoot myself.
Yeah, that is quite a lot more work to do then.
I really hope my can of primer lasts through all that shit.
That room had 4 Slowpoke. TM55, not TM13, slowly getting triggered. Yeah, like I said, they moved a lot of the high-level... TMs, the high damage TMs, to the higher numbers instead of leaving them where they have been forever. So, you know, it's a process, I guess. However they choose to do it, they were probably thinking about doing it that way because they were thinking about how they were going to do technical records and everything. A Squirtle, finally! I found you. Hello, baby. Come here. I will catch you.
In my Pokédex.
I will catch you after giving you a raspberry.
Ugh.
And I can evolve this thing into a Blastoise, like, right now. Yeah, it only took until the end of the game. And actually, it's funny, because I actually had a, Okay, well, that wasn't quite what I wanted, but, you know. I actually had a Squirtle in my copy of Pokemon Go that I was just going to transfer over when I was demonstrating the Go Park. But, well, if we're going to find this now, I'm okay with it. Probably going to switch back to Pokeballs if this doesn't catch, though. Okay, there we go. Just use another raspberry.
A pain in the ass because of this stench. That's it.
That makes sense.
You prime like 10 models at a time? Goddamn. I've got all of them sitting in the downstairs.
Well, it took until the end of the game, but we have all 3 of the starters. So let's read Squirtle's Pokedex entry and then evolve it into a Blastoise immediately. Squirtle shoots water at prey while in the water, withdraws into its shell when in danger. Yeah, I like all 3 of Kanto's starter evolutionary lines. Squirtle is near and dear to my heart personally, though, because it was the first Pokemon that I ever got. Like, I used a Squirtle on my very first playthrough of Pokemon Blue, which was my very first Pokemon game. So it's close to my heart because of that. So... And now let's evolve this bad boy into a better thing. I'm going to have to watch my candies, though, because I might need a couple... Well, no, I probably won't need these for my own team, because my own team's going to be plenty strong enough by the time we get to the league, so... That's some good defense you got there, Squirtle.
Did this thing just evolve immediately after catching it?
Yep. Caught it at 41, so I can evolve it right into Blastoise by giving it 2 rare candies. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah. It's helpful. If you didn't have a water type for this point, just look around for a Squirtle here in Seafoam Islands, and, well, there you go. You've instantly got a Blastoise if you level it up twice. And the guy gave you 5 rare candies if you can beat the coach trainer, so it's like, there you go. You're done. Let's read Wartortle's Pokedex entry as well, shall we? When tapped on its head, Wartortle will pull it in, but its tail will still stick out a little bit. Can't quite get everything into the shell.
Really too big.
Yeah, I can't quite get everything into the shell there, hey, buddy? Oh, boy. Artillery Tortoise is cool. Yeah, I like Blastoise quite a bit. It's very nice.
Favorites.
Yeah.
Period.
I don't know if
it's just a howitzer.
Yeah, well, yeah, it is basically. Yeah, it's just a tank. I don't know if I like the Mega Evolution form as much as the regular base form, honestly. Ever since
bigger guns.
Ever since I saw it in Pokemon Stadium, like Pokemon Stadium when it used Hydro Pump. It actually plays a unique animation in Stadium where it opens up the water cannons on its back and the Hydro Pump shoots out of them. Now, when I was 7 or 8 years old, you gotta understand, that blew my friggin' mind, man. It was like, holy crap! That's awesome! Doesn't do that in this version, unfortunately, but it would be nice.
Here, like, please God, I hope that primer sets okay. I don't want to have to paint anything for a while.
Well, yeah, I mean, you painted like 9 or something like that, right? We got to follow. Let's see. Psyduck Diego, thank you for following. I appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. We're just catching Pokemon and evolving them today. So let's read Blastoise's Pokedex entry. Once it takes aim at its enemy, Blastoise blasts out water with even more force than a fire hose. So, a power washer.
And if you've ever seen what a fire hose does to a person, well...
Yeah, it probably wouldn't end well for you.
Well, to quote the meme, I once saw a man achieve liftoff with a fire hose. Literally liftoff.
Yeah, when he was trying to spray it and it came out with enough force to actually send him all over the place, like in the cartoons and stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I recall seeing somewhere that some firefighters like grab onto the hose and they're messing around, like doing a rodeo with it. That might have just been a meme.
Oh, boy. Okay, so now the real question is, how the heck do I get around in this place? Eventually, we're going to have to come up on the other side where those strength blocks were.
I'll be back in a second. I'm going to get my glasses. I just realized I haven't been wearing them all day, so my head's
okay.
going woozy.
Yeah, that's not good. Yeah, because we want to get to the other side there, but if we try to get in the water here, it'll probably push us a little further away first. Before we do that, let's actually go over here and do this little strength puzzle and run into this Slowpoke along the way. Let's see. Yeah, I don't need this one. I already caught you, so equip Psyduck. So you just want to see him running around, don't you? Hold on, I got you. I got you, Diego. Hang on. Here's the baby. He's my friend. Hi. Just watch him walk around. It's great. His little waddle is fantastic, so I'm okay with this. I agree with this. This is good. Yeah, Psyduck was a thought. I was definitely considering using it for my team. It's just I didn't end up having a space in my team because I had to put Vaporeon in there. So this is going all the way to the wall, right? Because we only need 2 out of these 4 blocks for where we're going here. I'm not going to drop down the holes just yet, though, because I want to finish out the puzzles before we actually do anything here. So, get out of my way, Golbat. You got 1,380 CP. You don't need anything to be doing anything here with me. You should be out hunting or something. I don't know. What do Golbats do when they're not running around in the wild? Oh yeah, and by the way, you actually have to manually press A to push it in one space in this one. Good and bad, because I feel like with the analog movement and everything, if you accidentally ran into something, if it was just push it by running into it, it would be a little too sensitive. Probably a bit of a pain for some people, but not really a pain for me personally, so. Okay, let's bring Stitch back into the party, shall we? Pokemon box. There we go. Why isn't it just trying to find a trainer to evolve? Oh, never mind, yeah. Boy, that would be nice, but unfortunately you need to have Let's Go Johto in order to evolve that Golbat. Actually, Stitch might not be a bad idea to bring around in here. Because, I mean, Stitch is probably pretty good with the water in here, too. Unfortunately, we can't, you know, surf on Vaporeon's back, but that would probably hurt it, so I don't think I'd want to do that. So, uh-oh. The water's too strong, my surfboard! So yeah, it's just like getting pushed by one of those tiles back in the rocket hideout and everything if you get pushed around there. What's wrong, Mithra? You feeling a little seasick? No, that doesn't look like seasick to me. Hold on, friend. We'll be alright. Your stomach will be okay once we figure out how the heck to get that puzzle to work for us. Anything interesting in the water here? Haven't seen any Tentacruel since that one, so I'm probably going to be kicking myself for not catching that one while I could. Oh, wow. There's a big pearl. Nice. What does this say? Yeah, thanks. Nice. I figured that part out already when I got pushed over here.
What?
Danger, fast current. And I think if you go up here, you can actually, like if you go up the ladder here, you can actually get out of here. But we're gonna wait to do that first. We're gonna go this way.
If I had to describe my witness, just
afraid again. There we go. Yeah, there's something down here because Mithra is really not liking it down here. It's all right.
If I had to describe my entire viewing of this entire playthrough, it would just be Stitch getting stuck on things.
I mean, most of them just get stuck on things, frankly.
It just seems like whenever I'm down here, it's like specifically Stitch.
Let's see what's down here real quick. That's a Slowbro. We already got one of those. So yeah, those two that we pushed, yeah, like they're saying there, you want to push the blocks so that you can change the water flow. Those two that were directly above us in that 4-block puzzle that was up there, we actually just pushed those two down here, so now we can actually move around here, which is good for us, but also bad for us because of what's waiting for us on the other side. So let's, actually, before I do any swimming, let's save real quick. And, what do I want to have out for this next one? Probably Totoro. He's thick enough. Actually, Interceptor would probably be better to start with, and then we'll go to Totoro if we need to. Okay, there we go. Hey, we're already up to 90 Pokemon. Awesome. Take that, Gary! You and your 40 kinds on the SSN. How the hell did you do that? You can't even catch 40 by that point in the game. What is that? Oh, a Shelder. I'll take it. You're kicking yourself for not giving this a fair chance on release. This is way better than what the critics said. Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like a lot of the people who criticized this game on release gave it a fair shake, to be honest with you. It's pretty good. It's good enough for me to warrant wanting to play it over other Pokemon games right now, so I would say it's worth a shot. So. And we caught a Shelder, just like that. Cool. We should probably all be about level 50 now. Yeah, it was just those two. I was waiting for them to get their level, but they got it, so. And now everybody's at least as high of a level as the highest level gym leader Pokemon in Kanto, so that's just great, at least until the Elite Four. Let's read Shelder's Pokedex entry, shall we? The shell of a Shelder can withstand any attack. However, when it is open, the tender body is exposed. So we don't want it to be open. Ideally, it knows how to clamp down pretty quickly if it senses danger. Let's see if there's anything else. So, okay, hello. That looks interesting. Let's go check that out. Excuse me. First, let's go over here. It's kind of hard to see Shelder in the water there with all the mist around, but I mean, I can see them both now. It's just before I could barely see them, so. And since we've got some room here, I guess I'll save over here since we're a little closer. Because that looks like something a little bit more intimidating than a Shelder. Let's hope we're ready for it. Let's hope we're ready for it. Did it just get colder in here? Or is it just you? Hi, buddy.
That Articuno was looking at you like, say psych right now.
I dare you! I double dare you! Say it right now! This looks like another one of Bill's PC entries. Here's Articuno. and it raised all of its stats by +1, so that's going to be just great for us. Let's see how Interceptor does at +0. I'd like to save my my boost if I can, although I think we'll get another one back by the time we have the gym leader fight, but we're doing okay so far. Yeah, that's not too bad. Ah, what the hell, I'll use my boost. We'll get another one back. Help me out, Mithra. It's a big shadow. It casts a bit of a shadow, doesn't it? It's got that intimidating look to it, both from the actual Pokemon and from the rest, so. I'm just glad that so far I haven't gotten frozen, so. Although it's taken care of now in less than a minute. Good job, Interceptor. So now we can catch Articuno. If only it were that easy. Favorite of the birds, too bad it's double weak to Stealth Rock. Yeah, I like Articuno quite a bit myself. It's probably my favorite of the three. So, but yeah, it's double weak to Stealth Rock, which makes it hard to use in battle, unfortunately. How about a Silver Nanab Berry so you can slow your roll there? There you go. Oh, a little too late. I forgot that I was still on the get ready screen. Oh well. It's fine. I'll start moving around again. Let's see if I can catch him in the middle of the screen like that. Okay. Well, I didn't get a nice, but I had to be a little quick with that one. Eventually, he will stop moving around so much, and he'll just basically do that freezy thing that he just did a little more, instead of moving around so much. Oh yeah, apparently you get those modifiers on legendaries, and also I just caught it in like 3 Ultra Balls again, so that's just great. Yeah, those modifiers are available on legendaries, so this Articuno is going to be a lot bigger than normal Articuno. I mean, it's supposed to be only one, but you can actually catch multiple of them, as well, I won't ever demonstrate it, but I'll talk about it once we beat the Elite Four, because that's when you can actually catch more than one, so. Just like with Zapdos, I'll take it. So now that we have another one of the legendary birds, let's read Articuno's Pokedex entry, shall we? Yeah, 7 feet tall, so it's a pretty big bird.
Big boy.
Could fly on its back, basically, if they allowed me to, but unfortunately you can't fly on its back, unlike certain other Pokemon that we'll talk about later, so mine being slowly being blown. So Articuno is a legendary bird Pokemon. It freezes water that is contained in winter air and makes it snow. It's pretty cool. No pun intended.
If you're lucky I'm tired or I would slap you.
What do you think, Stitch?
I like the detail of, like, there's an actual nest here.
Yeah, the Articuno's got, like, some grasses and stuff in here, yeah. We did good, Mithra. Interceptor took care of everything for us.
It's now significantly less cold in here.
And actually, I kind of wonder how that would work in terms of the ecosystem in here as well. Oh, look, you found something for me. What do you got?
Oh, no.
Another heart scale. Thank you, Mithra. I actually appreciate that because I appreciate all your gifts, but I appreciate that a little more than the others because we can actually use those, yeah, for important stuff, so.
How the hell do we get out of here?
But yeah, I do wonder how that's going to affect the ecosystem here on the Seafoam Islands. Now that we've caught the Pokemon that was probably making it so cold here, like what does that say for the Pokemon that live in here? Like, is Seal still going to be okay because it likes the water when it's a certain temperature, but now it's not a certain temperature, so. I just want to make sure the Pokemon are okay before I take this Articuno away. I should heal Interceptor real quick. The portable Pokemon Center, I don't think is on the other side of the route there, so, or the other side of the caves rather. Let me sort my Pokemon as well, since we just got that Articuno. Let's go check it out, shall we? Might as well. Mild nature, that's actually not too bad. Defense down is a little low, but special attack being up is pretty nice for it. It's got decent special attack, but not incredible special attack. Like, its special defense is probably incredible. But, yeah, I mean, that's not too bad. It's not going to be tanking as much stuff as it normally does, because usually when you use Articuno, if you're not in a competitive environment where Stealth Rock is a huge threat, which I don't know what competitive metagame you're playing if it's not a huge threat. But, yeah, it's if you don't have to worry about that, it actually does pretty good as a wall, so. Alright, now let's see if we can find a way to get that other block down here. It's gotta be around here somewhere. Oh, Golbat. Mild's okay, and Articuno you like using it. Yeah, Mild's not too bad. It'll work for our purposes. Yeah. I mean, it gives a boost to its primary attacking stat, so that's not too bad. And I think it learns Air Slash by level up, so that helps a little bit. Oh, here's that block. So now if we want to surf around, we actually can, without having to worry about it too much. And that'll let us get to that ladder that'll let us get out of here as well, so. Yeah, playing advanced, yeah, you'd be able to get some mileage out of Articuno, so. Oh, I didn't think this through! Thank you, Mithra, because I would have frozen like a popsicle in that water. Good lord. But yeah, now that we've pushed both those blocks, we can actually move around in here without having to worry too much about the water flow. So yeah, that's why I didn't want to drop down the holes, because I was going to have to do it anyway, or rather, I was going to do it anyway, so I could show you us almost flash freezing in that water. But yeah, here's an Ice Stone in case you need it for your Alolan Sandslash or Ninetales. I don't know why you'd still have an Alolan Vulpix or Sandshrew at this point when you can just get an Ice Stone and sell it on City, but hey, more power to you if that's what you decide you want to do. Anything else here? No, just a Zubat blocking the ladder. Oh. It's okay. And I think that's it for our tour through Seafoam Islands. We got basically everything in here, at least from what I recall. I think you can catch a Golduck maybe on certain parts of the route, but or rather certain parts of the area, but I don't think it's anything we need to worry about. So, actually, I'm on a journey through this area. I didn't expect to run into a legendary Pokemon and still have half a route of trainers left to go, but I mean that's just how this route rolls. So.
Oh, you're tired from catching this legendary bird? Here, have trainers.
Yeah, I basically just got a refund from catching the legendary bird. I got 3 Ultra Balls, which is practically what I used. So, oh, it's good. Yeah, you can, in fact, do Kanto really out of order. Like, I think in this game, in Let's Go specifically, you have to do the first 3 gyms in order to move on, because I don't think they let you go to Rock Tunnel until you do that. I'm not 100% sure about that, though. But like normally in like Gen 1 and Gen 3, you can do the first 2 gyms, because I think you need cut to do the 4th gym, and you need to cut to get to Route 10 as well. So you do the first 2 gyms, but then you don't have to do the 3rd gym until like I think the end of the game, basically. Like you could do like 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 3, 8 if you want. Like basically as long as 1 and 2 are first and then 8 is last, you can do those other gyms completely out of order. It doesn't even matter. Like you could decide to do Blaine's gym 4th if you really wanted to. Just be like, nah, I got Fly. I'm going back home and then I'm surfing south because I feel like it. So.
What a mad lad.
I can't hit you with Brick Break. I guess I'll just switch Interceptor in because he needs the most experience out of anybody at the moment, so. That's Fire Red Run you went in the gym order of 1, 2, 4, 6, 3, 5, 7, 8. I mean, and you can. You very well can do that in Gens 1 and 3, so I'm not even shocked. Hey, Rockin' Fun, long time no see. Holy shit, Twitch finally works again on your computer. That's probably why we haven't seen you then, isn't it? Well, welcome back. I'm glad it's working again. How you doing, my friend?
This image caused me great pain.
And you don't even play Astro.
A raid with one.
Blaine 4th, yeah, that would be something. It would be very challenging unless you had a couple of water types. Wow, I actually chose correctly because now I can just beat this Gloom up with Flamethrower. Yeah, I think it has been since Deadlock since we've seen you, so I'm glad to have you back. I appreciate you coming in and trying to get Twitch to work for probably a good chunk of the time in between. So, glad to have you back, my friend. We are well on our way to Cinnabar Island to get our 7th gym badge now. We just caught an Articuno. There's a 3rd heart scale for us. We've got 2 from Mithra and 1 from there. And now we'll continue to the west, which will take us to Cinnabar Island. Once we get there, we'll see what they've got going on, and we'll see if we can get in the gym. I think Blaine has to be 5th minimum. 1, 2, 4. Unless you don't need to beat Erica for Rocket HQ, then Koga, then Blaine. So potentially Blaine 4th. I'm not sure if you have to beat Erica for the Rocket HQ. I would have to go back and play, but you probably be correct. You could do it like 1, 2, 4, 5. Yeah, because you need Surf, don't you, in order to get there? So yeah, so he'd probably be 5th. That'd probably be the earliest you could fight him. I don't know. I'd have to look back through and play it again. Maybe when we play Yellow for the stream, I'll play it in like an unorthodox order, just for the hell of it, you know, just to mess around basically and see where we can go and what we can do. At least you got to see me on Deadlock. Missed my opinion on it though. I thought it was very good. I thought it was a very good. It was a very solid co-op experience. I'd like to go back and play it single player at some point as well, just to see how it compares. I appreciated the fact that it was actually remotely difficult. The first 3 games, if you knew how to tackle them, their difficulty really wasn't all that there. But Deadlocked just kicked your ass in a lot of cases, and I actually appreciated that about it. This was a bad switch, but not that terrible of a switch because we'll probably get it back. But yeah, I appreciated its difficulty. All the weapons felt really good. Like, it didn't feel like there was any overlap with the weapons, where it was like one was just better than another one, you know what I mean? All of them felt unique. The music was banging.
I'm sad we never got the fuck everything in that general direction gun.
Oh, yeah, the satellite beam, we never got that, but, well, it's okay.
And you didn't get to witness the power of Leviathan Mace at level 99. I swear to God, it just deletes the video game.
I mean, I believe it. Yeah, I think the I'm tired of video games thing is gone now. Yeah, like I said, I really felt completely out of it after that one game that we played last year. I don't even want to talk about it anymore, but yeah, I really felt out of it after playing that, but I'm feeling into it again now. I'm feeling back into it, so. I do have to focus up on specific video games this year, though, because now that I'm doing my vocational training, I don't know if you know anything about that, Rockin' Fun, I'm in vocational training to be an electrician now. But now that I'm doing my vocational training, there's a distinct possibility that in the next year-ish, or maybe year and a half, 2 years, something like that, I'll actually be moving out on my own. So in order to prevent myself from taking a truckload of hardware with me in the form of consoles, I actually have to focus up on some of the older consoles, so like the GameCube, Wii, and PS2 games that I have that I want to play for the stream. Those are probably going to be my main project focuses in the future for like the next probably full year worth of streams, at least based on my estimations. I'll be doing mostly stuff on the GameCube, Wii, and PS2 with a little bit of interplay with other consoles in there, depending on like... Because I want to do Steve's and Cole's suggestions as well, so I'll be playing, you know, God of War on the PS4 somewhere in there. I'll be playing, well, Skies of Arcadia is on the GameCube, so.
Yep.
But we'll be, you know, doing other stuff in between. I actually want to go back and finish some of my other old projects as well. Like, I didn't do the Wooden Sword Challenge in Metal Gear Rising, so I want to go back and do that. And I want to go back to Yakuza 0 for a little bit, because now that Kiryu and Majima are done having to deal with all the bullshit that they dealt with in the game, I can actually go pocket circuit racing finally, so we can do that whole side quest, and I've got a couple of other things planned as well. So, but we'll talk about all that when we get that far. So I have a lot of projects in mind that I'm planning on doing. You finished watching Digimon Tamers, and that was a wild ride. You're gonna need a reminder that this was a kid's show. It was that much fun, huh? Oh boy.
Tamers.
Tamers goes off the deep end by the end of the game. Oh man, sounds like fun.
Me attempting to scuff through the entirety of Digimon lore, I haven't had what the fuck is Tamers?
Yeah, it's been pretty good so far, Rockin' Fun. I got my act together. I finally decided to get up and do something with my life.
I've been suffering in paint hell.
Cole got himself into Warhammer 40k a little bit since the Deadlocked stream through, and he's been painting all of his little models for it.
I have like 30 more to do. Somebody fucking shoot me.
Last 1/3 of the show is something. Oh boy.
It's certainly something. The painting isn't even the hard part, it's the priming, because it's fucking like -4 degrees outside.
It's not that cold, but...
Tamers was the third one, so...
Got really bad about some of its issues by the last 1/3. Rockin' Fun's gonna explain Tamers for you.
Don't most of the Digimon game stories either like start really dark, throw them in, and then occasionally they just fucking like slam the fucking foot on the accelerator in terms of time?
Probably.
Like every Digimon game/show gets fucked up at some point or another.
And in case you were wondering why I'm still age restricting these Pokemon videos, there you go.
Why?
Because you just said fuck 3 times in 2 sentences.
I don't know how not to do that. I say things.
Remember what you told me about Serial Experiment Lane? What if the dude that made Lane was in charge of a kid's... Oh my god.
I'm scared.
Oh boy. That would turn into something, that's for sure. Oh man.
I know quite a bit about Digimon. All I know is that like all but like 2 of the Royal Knights are dicks. There's Digimon representing the 7 deadly sins that turn into an apocalyptic, world-destroying monster by simply existing.
Know what I wish? I wish Cyber Sleuth's translation was better, so I actually had an excuse to play it for the stream.
I wish Hacker's Memory was a good game, but we don't all get what we want. Oh, what's that? Did the room just get warmer?
Oh, good lord. Call with the spicy opinions here.
I hate that game so much.
I'm gonna use a
It
max
was
potion.
fine for the first third, but then they just screwed it all up.
Was it the first third, or was it the first 90% and just the ending screwed it up for you? Because that was my impression.
The game had, like, good ideas. Like, okay, you're gonna go out, you're gonna play as a hacker, you're gonna get into it, but didn't explore anything. The game had, like, no direction for the entirety of it, and you're waiting the entire game for them to hit you with the, well, this is important thing. But they couldn't, because the events of Cyber Sleuth were happening at the same time.
That's a really good way to put it. I think disappointed you in Tamers was the ending. Oh boy. How so? I don't know it, but how so? That's switch me thread.
The thing that disappointed me a lot about the game is because the game took place at the same time as the first one, it meant that nothing really happened. Like you saw stuff
Nothing new happened.
Nothing new happened. Like you saw.
Oh, this was a bad switch. Ow!
But like, because the game took place at the same time as the first one, it meant nothing new could happen. They went all in on the first game. Like, you were fighting the Royal Knights, you were fighting these world-destroying entities, you got to go punch God in the face, and in the second game, it's just, there's just one Digimon running around, and they just take one of the, like, unresolved plot points from the first game and just run with it for the entire game, but it never really gets to a point where it's like anything crazy happens. And then the ending happens, you're like, what the fuck is this game's message? That some people are better off not existing?
Yeah, the ending that you told me for Hacker's Memory kind of put me off to ever playing it, to be honest. Like, I mean, it could have good ideas, and it could have improved on the formula of Cyber Sleuth, the original Cyber Sleuth, but that ending, man, ugh. I won't spoil it for people that didn't play it yet, but it's...
Didn't I spoil it on stream?
Maybe. I forget. Just in case you didn't, I won't spoil it again, but it's not good.
Because, like, I can see the themes building up to that ending, but, like, how are you going to end the first game on such a high note? Like, such a positive, feel-good, like, even though it's slightly bittersweet note, and then you end the second game on what is effectively an arrow to the knee, a shot to the face, and a sledgehammer to the ass.
I mean, that's actually a pretty good way of putting it. The ending was kind of anticlimactic because the stakes were so high and the show was so into this entire horrific apocalypse, and the final boss was fantastic and horrific, and then they just kind of just beat it and it dies. Yeah, that would be a little anticlimactic, yeah. Well, let's top ourselves off. We got plenty of money to buy more healing items, so I'm not worried about it.
I guess the other thing is that, like, maybe I'm just disappointed by the fact that, like, that if for the complete edition for when you get both games on PC, that they didn't, like, try to interweave the story more, since both games were out. I would have died and cried if you got to fight alongside the protagonist for the final boss fight, but no.
Well, see, the complete edition was meant to be just them getting them both on PC, basically, and in a collection. It wasn't meant to be, like... That's what a lot of people, like, I see them seeing an announcement or something that says, oh, well, there's a remaster of a game coming out, and they're like, I wonder if they're going to change the story around. It's like, that's not a remaster then. It's a remake.
Literally, you don't have to change anything about the first game. The second game just needs a better ending. And I'm not even talking about, like, a happier ending. I just need, like, something that feels a little bit more concise.
A little off topic here, but can we look at the Pokemon's levels here? That Bird Keeper had 3 level 45 Pokemon, and this kid has 1 level 41 Jolteon.
Difficulty balance.
What the hell is going on? Still think that unironically Tamers is really, really good for a kids show because there's some great character development, tackles some themes that really hit home, but they went so far into this that it was becoming too big for a kids show, even though they were clearly at the border. Okay, gotcha. Again, I haven't seen it, but I'm kind of getting a picture of what you're talking about.
Hey, Rock, you should message me on Discord and talk to me about it. So we don't spoil the entire show on the Twitch.
Oh boy.
Twitch stream like I'm getting ready to with fucking Hacker's Memory.
Even though potentially you may have already spoiled all of Hacker's Memory.
Nobody cares.
There's a Tentacruel. Come back here. I didn't catch you before, but I'm not going to let you get away now. I've caught like 10 Pokemon this stream. That is 1,550 CP. Holy good lord, man. Here, have a silver raspberry. And that still makes that.
I've seen a fan theory about how everyone in Frontier is suffering from some kind of depression.
Almost in the circle. I don't even know which season Frontier is, so.
Give me a minute.
Oh.
Jesus Christ, there's been so many damn Digimon seasons. I guess the other thing that really put me off about Hacker's Memory is I feel like all of the character development the main character got in Hacker's Memory should have been the character development for the first game. Because everyone, and I can't believe I'm saying this, it seems like you get to see a better side of every character you spend time with. Like, Yuko.
There we go.
Yuko, what was her name? The girl with the pink hair, and Aruto. You get to see them be actual people, and you get to bond with them in a way I didn't think was possible. Like, I like some of the elements from Hacker's Memory, and I feel like if they just put those in Cyber Sleuth, then Hacker's Memory wouldn't need to exist.
Whoa, where was that going?
You suck.
There we go, that's a little better. I might switch to Ultra Balls after this. I'm trying to save my Ultra Balls for, like, actual legendary Pokemon, but apparently this Tentacruel wants to be a legendary, so...
It's a big boy.
I mean, it is.
You
It's
also
got
have 90 of them. What the hell are you saving them for?
I expect Moltres to be difficult. And that just broke out faster than a Great Ball, so that's just fine.
Game, stop telling me how much of a shame it is. Just throw a Master Ball at it.
Yeah, because that's something I'd want to do. I want to save my Master Ball for a particular person.
I blinked and you beat like 3 trainers. What the hell?
Yeah, the trainers go by pretty quick in this one if they have not a lot of Pokemon, so... Okay, that's an excellent. I don't want to hear it now, game. This is harder than catching Articuno. There we go. Got it. Fantastic. Frontier is the one where they all turned into the Digimon.
Oh!
Okay.
Yeah, that's where they killed Satan, right.
Man, Digimon goes some crazy places. Yeah, RNG, that's the name of the game there.
That's the one where they kill Satan.
Let's read Tentacruel's Pokedex entry while we're here, shall we? Its 80 tentacles can stretch and contract freely. They wrap around prey and weaken it with poison.
80?
Yep.
1, 2...
It retracts a few of them. From what I understand. Okay, so where were we now? We need to go up here. And go onto these islands. At least these aren't... At least these aren't like bridges like they used to be. It's like, where was the bridge originally? Like, was there a bridge from Fuchsia City all the way to Cinnabar and it just broke apart and that's why there was bridges in Gen 1? Or like...
Some people don't like to swim, you know?
But it wasn't like islands before. It was like, instead of it just being like islands or rocks out at sea, it was just like the bridge tile, except stretched like across a square, basically, which is a little weird, at least to me. Excuse me. Yep. Been playing Doom Eternal. The game's fucking good. What a surprise. I like it just as much like Doom 2016. I still have to play Doom 2016.
I've been telling you to play it for like years.
I know, I'll get to it.
I know I like change my suggestion every 2 months, but like you need to do it eventually.
No, I'll get to it. It's fine. It's not that long of a game, so it shouldn't be too hard to fit it into the schedule. And Ghost Hand, hello! How you doing? JRPG beginning. You have to grab some bread from Mom. JRPG end. Kill the Abrahamic God. Yeah, that's about right. That's pretty much where they all end up eventually. Yeah, Atlas games in a nutshell, seriously though. Have you played Digital Devil Saga since the last stream? It was on Saturday, yeah?
I have.
How far are ye?
Listen, I have two gigantic problems with DDS. Which is, the first being the encounter rate is abhorrent.
See, I don't think I'm going to mind it when I eventually play Digital Devil Saga, because, like, the encounter rate was high in Nocturne, and I beat all of Nocturne, so...
And the second being is that, like, the game reuses a lot of ideas. Like, I've run into 2 dungeons in a row now where you can't step in front of the thing, or the thing drops you in gay baby jail.
Oh, okay. That's great.
That and the game's story is, like,
well, I can see the end.
Now.
I can see the end of the surf routes for now. Got 2 more trainers and then we're there.
I almost finished Cuphead. Oh, that must be fun.
Nice, rockin' fun, nice. Yeah, Doom's good. Big take, I know. What a shocker.
Just wait until they patch it up a little bit. Right now the game's kind of screwed up. Because they apparently lowered the difficulty for everything.
Of what, Cuphead?
No.
Oh, Doom Eternal, okay. I was gonna say, isn't Cuphead like 3 years old at this point? Why would they lower the difficulty?
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's honestly, like, the thing that happened was the Ancient Gods Part 2 came out and everybody was really saddened by it, but then they realized worse so that they had removed a lot of the really hard encounters at the beginning and replaced them with less stuff.
Was that because people were pissed about how difficult Ancient Gods was?
Yeah. People were just pissed about how difficult Ancient Gods was because, like, it was a natural progression of difficulty. The base game was hard. The Ancient Gods Part 1 was harder, and then the Ancient Gods Part 2 comes out, and it's not even as hard as the base game from what I understand, and then everything in the base game in Part 1 got easier.
Okay, that seems a little sus. Now you're in the minority, but you love the more colorful look of Eternal, as well as the enemy designs that call back to the original Doom 1 and 2. Doom 1 and 2 had a lot of color. Doom 2006 kind of bland in terms of visuals. Wasn't Doom 2006 the one where they did like a movie or something tie-in with it? Or am I just thinking of something else?
2006 is where the insanity of Mick Gordon started becoming more and more...
No, not 2016.
2016.
You're thinking of 2016, because Mick Gordon didn't compose for the one in 2006. The one in 2006... 3, right? I think Doom 3 was Doom 2006. I'm not 100% sure about that, but I think it was.
Incorrect. So 2016.
Oh, okay. So for Doom 2016. Okay.
2016 has my favorite opening in a video game ever. You sync the music up just right, and it's just like, oh, yes.
Yeah. Well, that's because of Mick Gordon's composition work, though. Like, he did a... From what I understand, he did a fantastic job with the soundtrack. The only part of the soundtrack I've ever heard was the part that I heard when I looked up some music for it when I was editing that Dark Souls 3 stream montage, because I looked up a little bit of it for that one fire demon that Siegvord and I fought. I think it was Siegvord. So, another Tentacruel. Now we're going to see them all over the place just because I don't need them anymore, right? So, 2006 was Trent Reznor. Yeah, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, I didn't realize it was Trent Reznor doing the soundtrack.
Colors. Yeah. Eternal being more colorful certainly does help. Because then you have just, like, differentiating palettes and some such, not everything's gray, brown, red.
Yeah.
Work with the Eternals, crazier combat. Yeah, by the way, if you play 2016, go and do Eternal with remembering absolutely nothing from the first game.
So play it like a year apart, basically.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Eternal's a little faster.
Gotcha.
If you've seen a speedrunner play Eternal, you'll understand what I mean.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind when I play it, because I'm probably going to play both at some point. I want to play Doom 2016 for sure. I don't know when I'm going to play Eternal, but I definitely want to play Doom 2016 at some point soon. So, well, maybe not soon. Like I said, I pretty much have most of my projects lined up for like the next year of streaming, because there's a lot of RPGs in there, so it's going to take a little while to get to them all, unfortunately. But, you know. What's going to be hard for you if you play 2016 again? They're rockin' fun.
I think I know, but tell me anyway.
while I take care of this coach trainer before we head to Cinnabar. Will we get done with all of Cinnabar today? Well, it depends on how long it takes me to do the Pokemon Mansion, I guess. Cinnabar's not very large, but we'll see. I mean, I got another hour and 10 minutes, so...
For a grenade, oh my god, that's such a small change from Eternal, but it makes such a difference.
So you can throw a grenade while shooting in Doom 2016?
I think it's very industrial. Eternal has slightly more visual variety, but they both have their strengths. I think you can throw a grenade and shoot in Eternal, but not in 2016.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like I said, I don't even know. I couldn't tell you what's good, bad, or in between about them. The closest thing I played to Doom 2016 so far was I played a little bit of Prey. And that's not even close. Like, Prey is way slower paced than Doom. By like a mile, so...
It's fucking terrifying.
I'm gonna play Prey for a Halloween stream at some point, because it's pretty scary.
Listen, I never thought I'd see the day where I was slow walking through an environment with a giant glue gun, looking at every single object in the room, thinking to myself, I swear to God, one of these is gonna try and eat me, and then one of them turns into...
Oh, there was a bag of Stardust over here. I didn't even see that. Nice, thanks, game.
Using a flamethrower can be done without ever stopping the action.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Nice. You must have gotten the steady hand perk in between Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal. That was a surprise Tentacruel. Okay, gotcha. So it's kind of, it's just that, you know, both games are good. It's just that one is good in some departments and one is good in other departments. Okay. That's fair. Okay, we've arrived. Here we are on Cinnabar Island. That's a Magmar. Hello. How so? Oh, okay, huh. Well, there aren't too many houses here. How did he live here? Well, anyway, now that we've made it here, let's heal up. We'll go buy some supplies, and then we'll see what we gotta do to get into the gym after we explore the rest of the area. Strange thing is that you got a huge itch to replay old Doom after you played 2016 and Eternal. Kind of revived a little the attention on the modding scene. Oh, okay, nice. Well, I mean, that helps. If it brings back the mods, it lets people kind of, you know, go back to the older games. So that's pretty cool. Do we have a Grimer? I think we do, but I haven't really traded any Alolan Pokemon since Alolan Rattata, so... Wait, what did he say? Oh, okay, yeah. So when you evolve a Pokemon, it actually learns moves a little slower. So if there's a particular move that you want for them, it might be a good idea to wait to evolve them until later. So, little pro tip.
It's still crazy to me that Doom is alive. The revival of the series is a fucking miracle. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, I kind of figured they were going to do something with Doom eventually after I played Rage, right? Like, Rage 1, it got a bit of a lukewarm reception, but that's because of the fact that it was almost like a testing ground for them to see if that kind of a game was still something that people liked playing. And it sold okay, from what I understand. It just didn't have the brand name on it, so id Software at that point said, fuck it! We're just gonna make another Doom! So, yeah. I liked Rage 1. I haven't played Rage 2, but I'm not a big fan of the aesthetic of it, personally. It looks like they tried to take the Rage universe and turn it into Borderlands. And it's like, okay, but Rage already had a good universe to begin with, so why are you... I don't know. Oh, okay, so apparently Cinnabar's gym is locked up tight, and there's a key somewhere. Oh, okay, maybe it's in there then. We'll go check it out. That is true. You get boosted experience on Pokemon you get in a trade. But we haven't traded anything yet other than that Alolan Rattata, so... What's this flyer say? Pokemon Center News. Did we read the one in Fuchsia City? I don't remember. I think we might have to go back to Fuchsia to read it, actually. Now I think about it. The volcano on Cinnabar Island has been more active than usual lately. If there should be a big eruption, please leave the island immediately. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. The Pokemon Center will keep its doors open to the public for as long as we are able, and we welcome your visit, but please brush off any volcanic ash at the door. Yeah, so that we can turn it into a flute. That's not in this game, unfortunately. Yeah, I really liked the shooting mechanics in Rage 1, and I liked the assortment of weapons that you got. But yeah, it was really bland in a lot of other departments, personally. It's just the mechanics really carried the game for me, personally, so. 2016 is raising all the red flags of a dumpster fire of development. Well, it pulled out in the end, though, apparently. Rage 1 ending that comes out of nowhere, you're in legit disbelief. Yeah, really, and that was the part that really got me, because that felt like... I don't know, it felt like you were almost at the end of, like, Act 2 of a 3-act structure, and then the ending just happens, and it's like, okay, I guess that's not cool at all, thanks.
This is not poggers at all.
But I will tell you this, the opening to Rage 1 is like, man. Honestly, at the time, that was probably the best opening to any video game I'd ever seen. That blew my mind. It was really, like, well done cinematics, you know what I mean? And it was pretty, bare bones. It was just an asteroid impacting the Earth, basically, but it was pretty cool. I thought it was pretty cool anyway.
We go from Digimon talk to talking about shooters. We're varietied.
Well, it's a variety stream. That's what this is. I play a variety of games. We talk about a variety of subjects. That's the brand, basically. 12,000 from these pearls. We're almost pushing 300k here. It's kind of ridiculous. What else have I got? Ice Stone. I won't ever need that. I don't think I'll ever need those Thunderstones either, so I think I'm going to sell them. I mean, they're worth 2,500 apiece. You sound really tired, bro.
I shouldn't be.
How much sleep did you get last night?
That's a fantastic question. I have literally no idea. I was up later last night because we were doing Palace of the Dead to get our fucking relics.
Oh, okay.
Oh, God, I'm so goddamn close. I just want my glowing sword game. Give me my gigantic glowing slab of iron that I can bonk bosses with.
Yeah, and they don't give you the mini. Yeah, I'm right there with you on that one, Ghost Hand. It's like, why not? Why are you holding out on me? Why don't you give me the minigun until the last mission? Like, I get to use the BFG for like 5 minutes and then the game's over. Like, what the hell, id Software?
Meanwhile, I'm just sitting over here like, man. Wait, what the hell was I going to talk about? Wow, I literally just forgot what I was going to say in the 10 seconds that I thought about.
Look at chat, maybe that'll remind you. Let's see.
Oh yeah, right.
I just said I wasn't going to buy hyper potions anymore, didn't I? Oh well.
I'll say though, the animations in Rage, fucking hell, them shits still look good. Like, God, some of the talking animations.
Are you thinking of the ones in Rage 2, or are you?
No, Rage 1.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Because they used like all that new tech, the motion capture.
Yeah, all the mocap tech that they used in there was really well done. So.
It was like a selling point of the game.
I still like my wing sticks. I think that's what they're called. Those boomerang things with like the sharp blades on them that are like the tri-blade. It looks like a shuriken basically, and you just build it out of scrap metal that you find out in the wasteland, and you just whip it at people, and it just chops their body parts off. It's ridiculous. It's exactly as crazy as I would expect out of something that's very similar to like a Mad Max-esque thing, you know.
That game had a really nice Mad Max aesthetic. Like, damn.
So apparently this is another Pokemon lab, and this is a picture of Dr. Fuji. Okay, well, we know what he did in a previous life. Interesting. Wonder why he decided to help Pokemon instead. Foreshadowing.
Think.
Big think. What's in here? The reception room. Let's take a look. There's a road to keep you from having to go all the way around the island. Yeah, I know. So now you can just go right behind the lab there. Right, exactly. So you don't have to walk all the way around or surf around. So, it's nice.
Or talk to her, I guess. We don't have guys. For scientists to slack off. At least he's
I mean,
honest.
that's fair. Everybody needs a break now and then. Yeah, actually, same though. Wonder if any of you guys can help me revive it. Well, sorry, but my walking speed is a little slow, and unfortunately I can't do it without, like, only lightly holding the stick down, so...
I hate it when games
There's a
do
research
that.
lab.
Like, bro, just give me a button to switch from walk to run. I don't want to, like, half push it.
So you want a PC game, then, where
Yes.
where you don't have a choice and you have to have a button, or else it's like, well, I guess I'm just running, then. This game did so well in so many places. Like I said, there's a lot of little details in this game that I think are really nice. Some good quality of life changes and some nice little quality touches, so...
I mean, running shoes.
Yeah, running shoes, yeah. Yeah, that's nice. I mean, maybe. Next time, maybe don't keep a permanent marker at your dry erase board, sir. Oh, what are you angry about? Not you, this guy. Oh my god.
In-class memes.
Oh, okay, so this guy gives us TM2 taunt because he hasn't slept in days! You should probably sleep, sir. That's not good for you. So yeah, just in case you want taunt for some amber pipe. Maybe it's Mr. Fuji's. Yeah, just in case you want taunt for some competitive battle action. And it is decent if you've got Pokemon that you're fighting that'll set up and stuff. So.
I have taunt in Digital Devil Saga. It nearly got me murdered. Twice.
No, that just looks like a fancy copying machine, actually. Washing machine. Where do you even get that? Well, I mean, whatever. Yeah, he's irrational from lack of sleep. Well, this is the experimental lab, so if there's nobody in here that can revive my fossil, then I don't even know where I'm going to take it. So.
Bro, same.
Yeah, I was going to say, same though, man.
Resting your eyes is important too, but I don't want to go to sleep.
Well, no, actually, that's kind of why I like the electrical work that I'm doing now, because my vocational training has opened my eyes to the fact that when I'm not staring at a computer screen all day, I can actually enjoy myself and not have to worry about my eyesight slowly going on me. So.
No wonder you have glasses and I don't. Or I have glasses and you don't.
Oh, this guy. Okay. Well, anyway. It's either this guy or the other guy. I forget who. Right, exactly. Oh, really? What's your moniker then? I might know you. Actually, I don't think I will. And he doesn't tell you because all he's going to do is say, hey, you got a fossil? I'll take it and I'll revive it for you. So yes, we have two fossils. One fossil of a Kabuto. And he will let it live once more.
I find it incredibly intriguing that technology is advanced to the point in the Pokemon world where if they find fossils of extinct Pokemon, they can just bring them back to life. God, zoos must be a riot in this world. Imagine going to a zoo and seeing a T-Rex or a woolly mammoth.
Well, I mean, there was a zoo in Fuchsia City. And we saw an Ammonite, so... So now we get to see the other one, a Kabuto.
Oh my god, it's adorable.
Let's read its Pokedex entry, shall we? Kabuto is a Pokemon that was recovered from a fossil. It used the eyes on its back while hiding on the seafloor. So it has 4 eyes then.
I can tell.
Yeah.
Because on the top it's adorable, on the bottom it's a horror.
On the bottom it's an SCP, head crab type of a dealie.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Think about it, Pokemon go extinct, that's really sick. Yeah. And it's we don't really get to know about, like, other than the fossils, we don't really get to know about Pokemon that may have gone extinct because they don't really talk about them in the games other than the fossils themselves. But yeah, it is kind of a sad fact. I mean, it's just a fact of nature, really, but it's a sad fact nonetheless.
That would
Anyway.
be a really cool concept for a Pokemon game. Like, the scientific research has gotten to the point where they're bringing back entire species of, like, extinct Pokemon. They bring back the wrong one. It's like an apex predator of the world.
I could see them
Falcon punching gyms.
I could see them doing something like a Monster Hunter World with a Pokemon game where it's like a new territory, completely unexplored, and there's like new species there, but also they like do research on old species that were there, and they end up accidentally bringing back like invasive species that no longer exist there that used to, or something like that, you know? And so you as a trainer have to go out into the frontier and capture Pokemon to help them, you know, get rid of the invasive ones.
Mm-hmm. And then you accidentally uncover a giant parasitic dragon Pokemon that's eating the world's energy.
The Sleeper! I'll talk about that game, but I won't talk about its... Well, I won't talk about its sequel or the sequel of that one.
Imagine if the invasive species was literally just a double jump.
Oh, man.
It's just a raw dragon type, and it just has an ability called Gengi.
Speaking of dragon-looking things, we also got an Aerodactyl from our old Amber, so let's read its Pokedex entry, shall we? Aerodactyl is a savage Pokemon that died out in ancient times. It was resurrected using DNA taken from Amber. Yes, it was. And I'm actually going to nickname that Aerodactyl because, like Lyra the Gyarados before it, I'm actually going to use that Aerodactyl for one specific purpose later on in the game. So we're going to go find it and nickname it real quick. Yeah, he doesn't make you leave and come back anymore, so yeah, it shaves off a few seconds because, I mean, that was just kind of unnecessary. I mean, I understand why they did it in Gen 1, because it's like they had to reload the flag, basically, so that he would actually talk to you about a new event, and so you had to leave the room and come back. It was a tile thing. Like, they placed the flag on the end of the room, basically, when you would leave and all that stuff. Anyway, yeah, I didn't know why you'd have to do that in other places, but they don't make you do it anymore, so that's good. And so we have an Aerodactyl. We already have one dinosaur in our party. But where would Littlefoot be without his best friend? Petrie. So yes, we have a Petrie the Aerodactyl, and like I said, I'll be using him for one specific purpose later on in our playthrough. So, but not just yet. He's not going to be in our battle party, but we will use him for something later that I'll demonstrate when we get there. We're almost done exploring Cinnabar Island, actually. It's not very large, so... Oh, really? Huh. I wonder what kind of experiments. Maybe it's like finding hidden items, like this antidote that's just randomly sitting over here. I don't know why you'd just stick an antidote over there. Somebody lost it, I guess. Hi, Staryu. So yeah, if you go out that way, you can head out to Route 21, but we're not going to do that just yet, because we need to finish exploring the fiery town of Burning Desire.
That's a really over-the-top name.
Blaine's an over-the-top person.
Right.
And yeah, as you can see, the door's locked. But if we read the letters, quiz time! Where's the key that'll let you into this gym? Hint, the answer can be found somewhere in the building that is overgrown with greenery. And by that he means the Pokemon Mansion.
I cannot believe
Let's go
this
take a look.
dude locks up his gym, makes trainers go all the way through an entire mansion just to find the key to challenge him.
That's a Magmar. Do we have a Magmar yet? We can't have caught it anywhere else, did we? Blaine is just bored. I mean, he probably doesn't get a whole ton of challengers because not a whole lot of them probably make it to this point in the challenge, you know what I mean? So, I guess I can see it. That's a Magmar right away, so you know what? I'll take it.
Big boy.
I'm gonna end up using up all my raspberries by the time we're done. It's okay, though. There you go, buddy. Whoa, okay. That was interesting. That was better than the last one, at the very least. And I was gonna say, and I'm not gonna catch it because that was a lot better, but yeah, let's use Great Balls again. Making it harder on myself, I know, but I might end up switching back. We'll see. Yeah, this half of the game, it really opens up a whole bunch of different Pokemon that you can capture that weren't available before, or they're like fully evolved versions of Pokemon that you could have caught previously, that you may have evolved, but you also may have not, so, yeah. Are Pokeballs and Great Balls even worth it at this point? Gonna have to get an excellent throw, though, I think, in order to get this guy. Kind of hoping he would just stay there to prove me wrong. We used a silver, so let's use a regular one and see if that'll help a little bit. I'm going to wait for the next attack, though. Or he's going to jump. Asshole. You used Magmortar and Platinum? What can you use from Gen 1? That's a good question. What haven't you used, then? Because you've used a lot of different Pokemon. Thankfully, I've got the opportunity of saying, well, really, this is the first completed Pokemon game that I'll have for the... Well, other than Pokemon Versus that we did a while ago. This is the first completed Pokemon game I'm doing completely on-screen for the stream or the YouTube channel. That I'll, like I said, that I'll completely do. Volt White doesn't count because I didn't finish it. So I have the opportunity of saying, yeah, I haven't used any of these Pokemon, so I can use basically whatever I want, so... Back to the notepad file you made months ago. Oh, yeah, you did keep a notepad file of the Pokemon you haven't used, so...
That's some serious shit. I'm missing stuff like Versus.
We don't get enough time to do that stuff anymore, you know, because we're all so busy.
To do that. I just don't...
Well, but we're all busy in different, you know, times and places, because Steve's working and I'm at vocational training, and then you'll be working in the summer, so it's like... Yeah, I know.
I don't want to go back.
Let's read Magmar's Pokedex entry instead of giving Cole PTSD, shall we?
Ah!
Magmar was born in an active volcano. Its body is always cloaked in flames, so it looks like a big ball of fire. It looks like a flaming duck to me, honestly, but...
It's
I mean,
goose
you do you. You do you, game.
Ooh, there's a Geodude.
I could bring Emery out in here. She's small enough that she'll actually travel with us. Interceptor would be the most appropriate, but I don't think Interceptor will actually travel around in here with
watch
us.
it.
So.
Emery ruins every carpet in this place.
How you doing, Emery? Something in this place is spooking her.
Emery just coughed because of all the dust.
Yeah, we should really be wearing a mask in here. We We could have some problems with silica dust, speaking of silica dust, so...
Well, that's not creepy at all.
That's a weird statue. Oh, I could use a Geodude! Well, that's a start, I guess. There's a switch on this. Something moved. Excuse me, Grimer, I gotta go see what moved. But yeah, there's secret switches inside of the statues in here, and they'll open and close doors for you. So it's gonna take a little bit of doing to figure out the correct switch sequence so we can get the heck out of here. I don't think it's as difficult as it was in Gen 1, though. I don't think there's as many secret exits this time. Like, in Gen 1, you could accidentally, like, wander out of the mansion, like, 2 or 3 different places, but here, not really. Excuse me. That's like 3 Magmar we've seen on the first floor. What the hell? It's supposed to be kind of rare. Oh, whatever.
The game's just laughing at you at this point.
Yeah. It's something before 3 gyms in, there's hope. That's true. That's true. At least it gives you something, you know? Before you, you know, get to the 3rd gym. Okay, well, there's a secret switch there. And a burglar! What are you doing here?
Oh my god, lost.
Is there any plunder in here? We'll just take the stairs, bro. That's it. It's literally just go down the stairs and you're done. I love these sprites. I love the way that they modeled them so that they looked exactly like the ones in Gen 1. Oh, it's great. Yes, there are actual looters in this universe. Yeah, Kanto was full of, like, that sort of stuff where it was like, okay, there's, you know, there's burglars, there's a criminal organization that uses Pokemon as tools, they actually kill them sometimes. Kanto is kind of dark when you really gotten into thinking about it, but I mean, maybe that's why it stayed so, like... Is mimetic a word? I want to say it's a word and it's appropriate to the situation, where it's like, it stays with your memory for a long time for people. Because there was not only stuff there for when you were a kid, but then you can come back and play it as an adult, and find completely new things that you didn't see as a kid, you know what I mean? So... That is a word. I don't know if it's appropriate for this situation. Sucks, but it is a word. Yeah, well, it sucks now because of the way that the internet has ruined the word meme. But meme, meme is a psychological term that defines as some sort of social or, like, audio-visual construct where you can hear part of it and then you instantly remember the entirety of it, like that. I don't want to snap my fingers because I still have a cut, but that didn't actually affect my fingers all that much, so. Well, that ladder looks interesting. We'll have to see if we can figure out how to get there. I mean, I could jump for it, but that would be incredibly dangerous.
Thanks, Monsoon. Every time somebody says that word, Monsoon or meme, I just can't but not think about that.
You just can't use words anymore like epic. Yeah, I know. Ooh, a diary. Let's read it. July 10th, we christened the newly discovered Pokemon Mew. They found a new Pokemon and its name was Mew. That's interesting. Yeah, the Pokemon Mansion is full of lore about the old scientists and what they did previously. Some of the old experiments and everything. So we're going to check it out while we're here.
Just an ace trainer just chilling in an old decrepit mansion. He's like one of those urban explorers.
Nothing over here. I could have sworn there was like a secret passage out of this place on like every single floor, basically. Diary for July 5th, so this was before the last one, I think. We discovered a new Pokemon deep in the jungle, so that must have been Mew. You can watch Pokemon the first movie if you need to know more, because they actually show that event happening on screen. Most of the Pokemon in here, though, we've already caught, so we probably won't be catching basically anything else in here. Oh, I gotta go hit the switch again.
I find it amusing that, like, a lot of, like, the first gen ones are really simple for the legendaries. Like, you've got the Firebird that just makes everything really hot. You've got the Thunderbird that carries around horrible storms with it. You've got the Icebird that changes climates. And then you've got the two cats.
Yeah, they went a little over the top with some of the legendaries by the later portions of the games. So.
I mean, you can't really top the god of time, space, and literally everything. Also Satan.
Yeah. I miss the scattered lore of this series. Oh, Pokemon's lore goes places, that's for sure. That's a whole Rattata. Diary for February 6th. We obtained a new Pokemon from Mew. We have named this new Pokemon Mewtwo. So this happened after the last one, and they did something. They probably cloned Mew several times and ended up with Mewtwo after a successful experiment. What did the other clones turn into? Well, if the lore is correct, I think the clones that failed were turned into Ditto, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
If I recall that correctly.
That's such a fucking cool concept that they've never used.
Yeah, I know. I wish they elaborated more on it.
Like, I understand their hesitance of having the whole man intervenes with nature theme in their Pokemon games, but it's such a cool idea that, like, the big bad legendary was made by a person.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, but no, they always had to use horrible eldritch abominations from beyond the veil of time and space.
Well, that started kind of in Gen 4, though. Like, eventually they decided, instead of us being the real villains, they decided, well, we're going to make the legendary Pokemon, like, you know, they have actual tales and stuff from, like, lore within the actual region about them because they're actual forces of nature, you know what I mean? So they move more towards that than, like, man-made stuff.
Genetic manipulation Pokemon game, then.
Yeah. I mean, Red, Blue, and Yellow got into shades of that a little bit. Yeah, Pokemon Cross Spore. Oh, man. That would be something. Actually, I think I remember seeing a thing on Steam for an indie game that was kind of like that, except it was also a roguelike. That's the craziest combination I've ever heard. So, there's like 100 unique species of monsters, and you tame them and you use them in a roguelike dungeon, and they fight for you, and they, you know, have different attacks and everything like that. But you can also combine them into, like, you can combine two of them, fuse them together, and they create not a separate monster, but like, it's like the first monster or the strongest monster, I forget which one it was, but it has the color scheme of the second one, and it has traits of both, basically. So, and I looked at the trailer, I'm like, this is actually a really cool concept. I don't know if I'll ever play this, but it sounds really interesting at the very least, so. Yeah, roguelike, you say? I forget what the name of it was, though. I really wish I remembered the name of it so I could tell everybody what it was. But yeah, it seemed like it was kind of interesting. At least the concepts of it were. I'm going to save again just for safety because Coach Trainer...
Pokemon interbreeding to produce abominations, that would be rad. I mean, if you want to get technical, there's already a way to produce abominations in Sword and Shield.
Yeah, but that's only specific species, so... And that's because that scientist lady is not... She should not be a scientist. They should take away her license. She's nuts.
That goddamn Pokemon.
Shouldn't buy any more games at the moment. You need to play half of your Steam library.
Bruh,
I get that.
Infuriates me.
Oh, yeah.
Just that Pokemon in particular. Every version of it drives me nuts because I have a thing for symmetry.
You know what the worst part is about the fossils in Sword and Shield? Even when you give her the correct combinations, she fucks it up still. Like, she puts, is it Arctofish? I think it's, like, the one water ice fish guy. Mm-hmm. You give her both of the correct sections of fossils, and she puts his fucking head on backwards. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, lady? Come on. You're supposed to be a professional. Like, what is wrong with you? I'm getting way too heated over this dumb scientist, but, like, Jesus.
Listen. No, I would be fine with her fucking it up if it didn't look like every single one of the combinations were in intolerable amounts of agony.
Uh-huh.
You can see flesh on one of them.
Yeah, apparently so, Marie, because good lord. they, man.
If that thing came out of there, I'd be like, bro, put it back.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Put it back.
I am sorry. I'm sorry for your existence. Can we make this correct, please? and I don't know if they're ever gonna like make it so you can actually fix them, like make some sort of regional variant or something where they're correct, because Sword and Shield ended up doing that DLC thing instead of having like a sequel or something. So.
I mean, from what I understand, the DLC is right. The brain, lad.
I don't know anything about the DLC for Sword and Shield. Like I said, I barely know anything about Sword and Shield itself, so I couldn't tell you anything about the DLC.
Sword and Shield, somehow nothing happened, and yet something happened. it was basically just a murder all of the gems, and there's like a big story happening behind it, but you somehow arrived too late to ever experience any of it.
It seems like a lot of the interesting stuff in Sword and Shield happened off-screen, basically. And you were just kind of following and seeing the aftermath of a lot of it. Could be worse than Alphys from Undertale. Some of those creations are exhalating abscess and shivering. Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, Alphys' stuff was pretty messed up, but, like, in Undertale, I kind of expect stuff like that to happen because it's, like, an Earthbound offshoot, right? So, like, there's gonna be some really weird, fucked up stuff that happens in it because it's an Earthbound offshoot. But, like, in a Pokemon game, completely out of left field, you know what I mean? Like, that's why it messes me up so much. It's like, wait a minute. This is a kid's game. Like, it's not like you're putting Legos on wrong. This is a life. I know it's a collection of polygons, but this is a life. Oh, by the way, we found Rock Slide finally. So now we have Quake Slide coverage, or Rock Quake, however they denote Earthquake Rock Slide coverage in the meta. We have it now for Emery, so we're going to give that to him. Just don't take away your cool features in Sinnoh and make them DLC. They teased union rooms in the underground. Oh, did they? Okay, see, I haven't seen that part yet. Let's hope that's not like. Let's hope that's in the base game and not locked behind something, because that would be.
Part in Kung Fu Panda 2 with mass race genocide. Oh my god, I remember that.
Oh my god, yeah.
Sometimes as an adult, it requires 2 or 3 viewings to really understand a movie.
I can't believe, like, some of the things that you just don't see when you're a kid in some of those movies. It's like, holy, how was I blind?
How was I blinded to this nonsense?
Didn't watch that one? Oh boy. Now you gotta go watch it to see the mass race genocide.
All I know is I hope they don't lock Giratina behind DLC. That scene is way too good to not put in the game.
Yeah, well, how are they going to do Giratina since they're doing Diamond and Pearl specifically? Like, is he going to be...
Probably they're going to do it similar to...
Is he just going to be post-game like he was previously, or how are they going to do that?
Honestly, it wouldn't
You know what?
surprise me at all.
Actually, maybe they'll do like a Delta episode, but for Giratina.
Honestly, I would shit bricks if, like, Giratina just did that thing that it does in the game where it jump scares you, and then you just, like, it cuts to black unless you have the alpha episode, then you just end up outside with no context. Giratina was like, yeah, you don't want to see this part, go away.
Okay, I think that's everything we can get here, so... Yeah, you could go back to Turnback Cave, basically, and have, like, the Portal of Distortion World, like in Platinum. Like, I could see Cyrus kind of... Because in Diamond and Pearl, did Cyrus actually do anything? Did he get, like, sucked into a time-space portal of some kind or something?
All I
forget
know is that
from
Cyrus
that one,
basically won at the end of the game, and the only reason he didn't is because he walked in and slapped Giratina.
No, I mean, in Diamond and Pearl specifically, how did Cyrus end in that one? Because if that's the case, then in Diamond and Pearl, the remakes, it would end similarly. But then there could be, like, a post-Elite Four episode, again, like the Delta episode for Rayquaza, where he's back, or one of his subordinates comes back and actually messes around with stuff, and Giratina's like, nah, bitch, I'm coming from hell to drag your ass in.
If my memory serves me right, he gets to chain all 3 of the fairies and basically succeeds in his plan, but then Giratina comes out of nowhere and says no.
Yeah, in Platinum, yeah,
No.
that's basically what happens. And so then he goes into the Distortion World, and he's like, you know what, I think I'm going to live here now. Basically, at least from what I understand.
I should tell you how messed the Distortion World was. Cyrus goes from, I want to destroy all of creation and remake it in my own image, to, yeah, I'm just gonna live here now.
It's quieter. It's what he wanted, basically. Yeah, they purposely kill all pandas in Kung Fu Panda 2. It's like a plot point, basically. Or it's a plot point in the universe of the movies, that is. Like that part in Mark Twain Adventures where the kids talk to Satan. Oh, man. Yeah, in Diamond Pearl, he just kind of leaves, from what I understand, which is really odd from what I remember, but, I mean, whatever.
I'm just looking forward to the banger music from that. God, if they remix the Arceus battle thing, I'm gonna shit bricks.
I wonder how they're gonna do Arceus in the remasters or remakes. I don't even know what to refer to the Diamond and Pearl stuff as, if it's a remake or a remaster, honestly. I don't know how faithful they're being to it at the moment, like to the point where will they add new stuff? Will they keep it almost completely the same as it was in the previous thing? Or how is that going to work exactly? I don't know. Better not pull another Azure Flute incident. Oh, good lord, yeah. From the creators of Pokeball Plus comes the Azure Flute Plus. Oh, God.
Ah, so this is agony.
I shouldn't even say that because it'll give them ideas. Hate Masuda for that to this day. No, I mean, I completely understand.
I mean, if you want a way to refer to the remakes, I got you, fam.
Well, yeah, I mean... Cole just showed me a JoJo meme for the remix, so...
Got him.
Hi.
God, if Primal Giratina and Primal Arceus are a thing, I'm gonna shit my pants. Can you even imagine that?
I mean, Primal Dialga was in Mystery Dungeon. I don't see why it wouldn't be a thing in these. I mean, they did Primal versions in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, so...
Like, if I was going to make a Primal version of Arceus, I would dip into dubstep for the theme. Like, that's just reality crumbling around you.
Oh, Jesus.
Cyrus really out here like, yeah, I'm gonna make Primal Giratina my slave, and then Arceus comes down from heaven, turns into a Primal, and he's like, nah, bitch.
I kind of just switched in Stitch here because I wanted to see how much Crab Hammer would do, and I want to see how much Shadow Ball will do. Yeah. Oh, no, I know. Okay, I mean, that's about what I expected for a Kingler. Like I said, his special defense is kind of atrocious, so... I am surprised he's faster than me, but then again, this Vaporeon's not very fast. Excuse me.
Oh, I guess my Metal Gear Mix got age restricted. Age restricted?
Oh.
Whatever.
That's interesting.
That's my issue.
I wonder why.
Man, I don't know. I just exist.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. My Metal Gear Mix got banned worldwide after 6 months of it being on YouTube, so I feel that.
I can't believe you got like 6 million views on them.
That's not 6 million. I've got like 6 million views on them all total together, so. And I mean, that's expected though, because it's like, it's music, so people are going to replay it over and over and over and over and over and over again, so. Yeah.
I mean, I probably contributed to a decent chunk of that.
Well, yeah, I mean, everybody, you know, if we all watch it like 100 times, not a wonder it gets to 1 million, you know. And as usual, Emery, being our physical wall, is working out quite nicely for us. This Primeape is incredibly confused at the moment. I wonder if Brick Break will KO from here. Probably if it hurts itself. Okay, it didn't. That's fine. I can take it. Bah! It did KO. Good. Good job, Emery. Yeah, I don't have a solid... I mean, I have a solid fighting-type resistance in the form of Littlefoot, but Stitch and Emery both needed to get to level 52, so I figured I should probably try to bring them in. How do you know how I use YouTube? I mean... Oh, there we go! I didn't realize we were going to get this move before we got the TM for it. Emery's ready to learn Earthquake, so now I can actually replace Drill Run with Earthquake. And that's nice, because Earthquake is not only more powerful, it's also more accurate. It doesn't land crits as easily, but, I mean, I have Swords Dance, so I don't need crits. I'll just dance in their face and then one-hit KO everything. So. Yeah, I didn't realize I was going to get that before I got the TM. But, I mean, I'll take it. That means that Emery's moveset is basically done now. So. I don't think you get Swords Dance as a TM in this game, though, which means that if I want to switch that off for something else eventually, it may come back to haunt me. Although I have 3 heart scales, so I could always just give her, use the move tutor to get Swords Dance back. So, I need a couple of Hyper Potions. I need to stop buying these because I have Max Potions now, so I don't even need Hyper Potions anymore. That's sad that I got to a point where I don't need Hyper Potions anymore. Oh well. Anyway, let's keep going. Now it looks like there's only one way to go. I think they simplified this place just a little bit from what I remember of it being in Gen 1 and Gen 3. There were, like I said, there were a lot of weird pathways that took you all over the place in Gen 1 and Gen 3, but here, there's a little bit less so. There's some Silver Raspberries. Those will be useful in the future. I'm sure I'll be using that against at least Moltres, so. This guy has a long field of view. Well, I'm looking for the key, sir, because the gym challenge won't actually take place until I find the key. So, the guy's name is Ted. and he has an Electrode. And all I can recall when I see both of those things at the same time is that one time on Franktrode Day, a couple of years ago, where I made a meme of Frank doing a TED Talk. And it was just, his head is an Electrode. That's his avatar. His head's an Electrode. And it's just a dude on a stage at a TED Talk saying things about like how he created this community day and everything like that, just from memes and shitposts. And so then he says, thanks for coming to my TED Talk, and it's him with an Electrode head on. And then it pans to the audience, and the entire audience also has Electrode heads. Like, that was an on-point meme for the time period, like, for what we were doing. It actually, like, Franktrode Day brings out my best meme work, and then I think I need to sleep on my memes for the rest of the year, basically, to make them good.
Because recharge.
I do, I need to recharge. Because the next year, actually, so that was, I think that was my 2018 meme for Franktrode Day, which is September 7th, by the way. So if you ever see my avatar on Discord or anything just switch to an Electrode randomly, it's because it's Franktrode Day.
It's always Franktrode Day, though.
Well, yes, but it's a special Franktrode Day on September 7th. So, yeah, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So that was my 2018 meme, was the TED Talk for Franktrode. And then the 2019 meme was an Avengers Endgame meme. It was the last scene. There's a Ditto. I'm catching this bad boy, maybe. Yeah, it was the last scene where all the Avengers assemble, and there was like 100 Franktrode heads that I had to edit onto everything. By the time I was done, it was ridiculous. It was so much work. But it was worth it. Made a good meme, so I'm gonna wait for the next attack. It's not even an attack, he's just saying hi. Whoop. Oh, that's a waste of an Ultra Ball. Wait. Damn it.
You are an asshole, Ditto.
Okay, he was about 2 frames from attacking again, so I'll take the great.
Or not.
I mean, whatever. Wow, he did a heckin' jump, didn't he? I'm gonna use another Raspberry, just a regular one this time. I'm trying not to hit you in the face here, Paul, so... Yeah,
I'm very much out of your range.
Duck and cover a little bit. Oh my god, he's jumping everywhere. I should have used a Nanab Berry.
He is just trolling at this point.
Well, I mean, look at his face. Like, is that a shock? Okay.
Good, you hit it.
I got it in the circle. That's the important part. Okay, got it. Cool.
Of course.
Literally phased through it. I'm sorry. Oh, it's okay. Ditto just... He likes wandering around. Again, some of these regular Pokemon, because of all the hopping around they're doing, have actually been harder to catch than the legendaries. But I'm sure Moltres will give us a challenge, so we'll see. Let's read Ditto's Pokedex entry, shall we? When it spots an enemy, Ditto's body transfigures into an almost perfect copy of its opponent. Except the face. It can't really get the face right.
You know, for like 30 seconds, I saw that it was purple and I thought it was shiny. Because every Ditto model I've ever seen has been pink.
Nah, Ditto is, well, it looked purple because of the lighting in here. Which is actually a nice detail because this place is abandoned, so of course the lighting is poor. But shiny Ditto is blue, if I remember correctly. Ah, okay, that's good to know. So yeah, now there isn't just a random door that takes you to the front entrance. There's another panel, aka like the ones that Silphco has manufactured, that will take you to the front entrance. So that's a lot of Raticate. I'm getting the heck out of here. There we go. And we're in the basement, so we're almost there. There's a couple more things I want to find down here. I think Ditto are a little more common down here. Same with Magmar. So, Diary, September 1st. Mewtwo is far too powerful. We have failed to curb its vicious tendencies. And that's where it ends. So what happened to Mewtwo? Find out in a little while. We won't be finding that out for a little bit yet. We gotta beat the Elite Four first. We also got TM52 Sludge Bomb down here, which is very nice because now Littlefoot can finally do something as an answer to them fairy types, that Clefable and Wigglytuff that have been trolling us for a little while here. And I'm actually going to get rid of Sleep Powder for this. We have Yawn, so I don't actually need Sleep Powder anymore, so we'll get rid of that. If I need it again, I'll just use a Heart Scale. No big deal. We got 3. And I don't really plan on using any of them, so, you know. But yeah, now we finally got an answer for Clefable, which is nice. And, you know, I've got a Poison type, same type attack bonus move. Yeah, share shiny palettes with its original. Yes, exactly. Yep. So let's put that up there. I'm going to interchange Mega Drain with another TM that we'll get eventually, but we don't have it yet, so I'm not going to do anything about that for right now. Let's see. Before I hit that switch, let's go over here and just see if there's any additional doors that they added over here where hitting that switch would, you know, not be useful to me. Hey, look, another Ditto. After all the hopping all over the place they did, I don't think I want to catch another one anytime soon. Hello, sir. Find any loot? As long as it's not loot boxes, because I don't want those in my Pokemon game. I wonder if his teeth are false. Like, they look too metallic looking to be real
He's
teeth.
just obviously got silver teeth.
Yeah.
He's a pirate.
They're his, what are those things called that, like, rappers and stuff put on their
Grills.
teeth? Grills? That's it, yeah. It goes to show how much I know about that sort of stuff. I don't even know what a grill is. You're chaotic evil. You'd make Power Whip a TM, buff grass types. I don't know. It might actually... No, it's not a TM. Solar Beam is a TM, actually, but Power Whip is not. And, I mean, it would buff grass types, and if we had, like, a Victory Bell or something, Power Whip would be hella useful because of how powerful its attack is. In Littlefoot's case, though, because he has... Like, I think we saw his IVs previously, but he has a timid nature and, like, a really, really low attack IV, so it wouldn't help him too much, but... Yeah, for physical grass types, absolutely. That would be a big buff. So... Really, it makes me wonder why Leaf Blade isn't a TM. It might be a TR in Sword and Shield, but it's not a TM anywhere. Even though I think it would make sense, because it's not, like, the most powerful grass-type move, but I mean, it's powerful enough. I think it's about as strong as Flamethrower and stuff, so it's like the grass-type equivalent, except that instead of having a burn chance or paralysis or anything like that, it has an increased crit ratio, so... Excuse me. You know, this guy hasn't gotten to blow up on me yet, but he's got 3 coughing and a wheezing, so if he had explosion, he probably would have used them. Again, thankfully, explosion and self-destruct don't ignore defense like they used to, but... Did you know that?
No.
That in old Pokemon generations, self-destruct and explosion ignored defense? Yeah, they were... basically, if you blew up on something, it was dead. Like, it didn't really matter what it was.
I mean, that's the point of self-destruct, isn't it, though?
Yeah.
You just blow up and everything's dead.
But they switched it, so now it doesn't ignore defense anymore. So it actually almost never actually kills anything unless you've, like, buffed yourself previously. So, like, now the meta for using self-destruct is keep it in your moveset and use it on, like, a Cloyster with, like, Shell Smash or something. Kill something, and then when you know you're not going to kill the next thing without getting killed yourself, you just blow up. And potentially kill it then, because you're boosted, so...
Meanwhile, all the games I want to see are remakes. Shows how much fun I'm having with modern games. Oh, waiting on to remake. Well, same.
Yeah, I get that, believe me.
Screams in Mass Effect Legendary Edition.
Yeah, Cole... The month of May for Cole is going to destroy his wallet. Because the Mass Effect Legendary Edition is coming out, Legendary Collection, whatever it's called, is coming out. The Nocturne Remaster is coming out, and then what was the other thing?
Good question. I forgot.
There was a third thing. Oh no, that one's not going to destroy a wallet. That's FanFest for 14.
Yeah, you're right. It's going to destroy my wallet because that 8-person mount's going to be like $90.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I'm getting it.
I forgot that they're
Nothing can
gonna
stop
have an
me.
8-person mount.
I get to carry around the whole raid. Be going to the Moon Boys.
Oh boy.
We also get to find out what the new job is, and I get to Screech. Can they just come already?
So actually, I want to give 14 some credit where credit's due. What they did in this particular expansion is they made Paladin, which is a tank, the front-runner job of the expansion. It's the one that the Warrior of Light in all the trailers uses. And in addition to that, they made a new healer and a new DPS, which means that all of the roles are getting some form of love in this expansion, which means there shouldn't be a drought like there has been in other expansions in the past. Like in Heaven's Ward, I don't think there was too much of a drought because there was a new everything. In Stormblood, there was a healer drought like crazy. And there was a bit of a tank drought, but not too much. It was a lot more of a healer drought like crazy. Is that right, or was it a tank and a healer drought? It was probably a tank and a healer drought in Stormblood. I don't remember Stormblood too well. I know in Shadowbringers there was a huge healer drought.
Stormblood had Red Mage, Samurai. What was the third one?
That was it, Red Mage and Samurai, which was why basically nobody played anything other than DPS into that one. Oh, good, we can use this as a free healing point. Awesome. We're almost done here, but you know. Nocturne Remake, Pokemon Diamond and Pearl remakes, Monster Hunter Rise. What else do you want this year? Good question.
I want a PC release of Rise on this year, but I'm not going to get it.
I thought they said they were working.
2021.
Oh, okay. Is there anything in?
I want to shoot
this place. Hang on, there's something in this drawer. A quick candy.
Wait.
Okay.
Oh, it is 2021. I'm stupid, so it is going to be this
So
year.
it's probably sometime this year then.
God, I can't fucking wait!
And a rare candy. So I probably missed, if there was any open drawers on any of the other floors, I probably missed some hidden items, but it's fine. No big deal. And we've hit a couple switches, so now we can see that's probably where Mewtwo was. Okay then, well, yeah, definitely where Mewtwo was.
Better question, why is it not broken?
It probably is, just we can't see it. It's probably broken in the back. Like, he saw that he couldn't beat on it from the front. Like, we can see the beat marks because they just noted it on the thing. So he saw, oh, I can't beat it up from the front, so I'll just go to the back and just break it. Bonk. So, because as you can see, the camera work never quite allows us to pan to see the back of it. So, I mean, we get close, but we can't quite see the back. And for going through the entirety of the Pokemon Mansion, we get the secret key, which will allow us to get into the gym.
And Blaine's kind of a lore whore, isn't he?
Well, I mean, we wouldn't know about all of this stuff if we didn't come in here, so I'm kind of grateful to Blaine for it, honestly. Oh, I gotta hit the switch again. Because we wouldn't know all this interesting stuff about Mew and Mewtwo and all that stuff if we didn't come in here. So, do I need to hit a switch again? No, I don't think so. I think I just go this way and then maybe there's a shuttered door and I'll have to go hit a switch down there. No, this one, I think this one used to be shuttered here, but there's no way to unshutter it from this side in this game. So now we can just use the teleporter and get the heck out of here. See, I think we'll go fight Blaine and then we'll call it a day after we're done with that. Although this gym actually doesn't take too long to get through for one particular reason that we'll talk about in a minute. Who do I want out for this part? What is Blaine gonna use anyway? Oh, I know what he's gonna use, and we're gonna send Mythra out first, actually. So, Emery, we'll put you back in the Pokeball for now because we're out on the water again. So, yeah. Do I need to restock? I can probably restock after we're done with the gym. Hell, I could probably restock after we're back in Pallet Town, basically. We got a whole bunch of TMs down there, though, so let me resort my stuff. And, well, we got a free Firestone. Do we have anything that evolves with a Firestone? Let's see. We don't have an Eevee, so... Well, we had an Eevee, but we evolved it, so, you know, we already have... We have all these Growlithe!
We have all those Growlithe. Good. We need more.
We need more Growlithe, yeah.
Yeah,
you can never have enough Growlithe.
One full page.
Okay, and we caught a couple of things inside the mansion, so let's sort those out. Our Pokedex is looking pretty good, though. How are we doing on species total here? We've probably seen quite a few more than we've caught, but yeah, seen 136, but we've caught 97, so yeah, we'll be able to hit that golden mark of 100 that I was talking about before. So that will work. All right, let's use the key. We'll get in the gym. Hello, sir. What's the requirement this time?
This gym is... Oh, no.
This gym is interesting. Hi, Blaine. First question comes out. No, it's not your turn yet. Oh, that's right. He just walks off. He's eccentric, this guy. I like Blaine. He's one of my favorite gym leaders.
The statues have glasses.
Uh-huh. Yeah, did you notice that? I love Blaine. He's so eccentric. He's one of my favorite gym leaders just because he's just got this personality to him, you know what I mean? Some of the gym leaders start to blend together after a while, but Blaine is just... You always remember Blaine. So...
That dude is the doctor from Courage the Cowardly Dog.
I mean, yeah.
This will heal your injured leg.
Yeah. I have the remedy you seek. So yeah, the requirement to get into this gym was just to get the secret key. If you didn't get it, you couldn't get in the first place, but there's no other requirement, so... You almost bought it, boy! What is up with that? I'm sorry to any Indian folks in the chat. I'm probably royally screwing up your accent, and I apologize. So.
I mean, based on my layman ears, you sound pretty close to the doctor.
Yeah, but if a real, actual person from India heard that, they'd probably be like, "Could you stop, please? Like, that's terrible." You know, because they know what the accent actually sounds like, whereas my version is an Americanized version of an Indian accent. You know.
And that's why I don't do the Russian voice on stream.
Yeah, well, I mean, my Russian voice is an Americanized version of the Russian voice too, so it's it's not great. So yes, this is a quiz gym, and it's interesting because, well, they haven't shown you what's going on here yet, but well, apparently I've already been here. Well, you might get an idea from all the props and the cameras and the seats set up in here. Well, he's doing a good job because if we look up here, yeah, Blaine is, he owns a quiz show now. I would imagine it's nationally televised. So that's just great. Can talk to all the audience members, which is a nice touch. You couldn't do that before. But apparently a decent chunk of people came out to watch, so. Oh, speaking of Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Thumbnail.
Well, I guess we'll find out now, won't we? Yeah, so I guess he's keeping it interesting, isn't he? Probably. I mean, the fire type isn't the most common type, but I would imagine there's a few. Probably even a fire type Elite 4 member somewhere, although I don't remember if he uses all fire types. I don't think so. Maybe in Platinum, but not in Diamond and Pearl, because Diamond and Pearl had like 3 fire types in it total. Actually,
yeah,
it's like 3. It's like 3. Actually, it's like 3 families, I think, and that's it. It might not even be 3, honestly, because like Magmortar wasn't available in Diamond and Pearl. So I remember the Chimchar line and the Ponytail line, and that's it. So
don't forget the starter.
That's the Chimchar line.
Oh.
Oh, in Platinum he did have a full fire type team? Okay, because yeah, in Platinum they opened up a whole bunch of other fire types and they had Magmortar in it, Flareon was in there, so he could actually have 5 fire types at that point, so. Anyway, we put Mithra in the front, right? So yeah, we're going to be taking a quiz! Let's take a look and see if we can remember our Paper Mario skills, because I remember taking a few quizzes in that game. Let's get started, Blaine, with his red-hot game show. The Cinnabar Island Gym Pokemon Quiz. So yeah, instead of answering questions at a booth and then having to fight the trainer to get through the door like you did in previous episodes of this game, or previous versions of this game, you're just on a quiz show being televised, and you have to answer 5 questions. If you get it right, you get a Blaine doll. If you get it wrong, you fight a trainer, but you still get a Blaine doll. So yeah, we're going to try to not fight any trainers, because we're already over-leveled, so I don't need to fight them. So...
I love the moving mustache in the background.
Yeah, like I said, I love Blaine. He's such a character. Steelix, Drifblim, and Lopunny, my favorite fire types. Well, I mean, Drifblim gets Flare Boost, but yeah. Oh, boy.
That was painful to read.
Quiz time! Which of these is the Spitfire Pokemon? Well, it's not Growlithe. We've caught a Magmar, so we'd probably know that if I paid any attention at all. We're correct. I told you, Blaine is the best. I love him.
Also, can we just talk about like Pikachu when you get something right?
Watch Pikachu's face this entire time. It's the best. Okay, hold on. Quiz time! How many gym badges certified by the Pokemon League are there? Well, this is the 7th one, and there's 1 left, so... Is that your final answer, Challenger? Yes, it is.
Pikachu's so happy.
So we have 2 Blaine dolls. Yeah, Blaine, not 1, 2, 5, 3, sir. 3. Quiz time. A Steel-type move used on a Fire-type Pokemon will be... Now, this is not the opposite way. It's Steel-type offensive move being used on Fire types defensively. So Steel against Fire is not very effective. I got that wrong the first time I played because I thought it was the other way around, actually. So, easy mistake to make if you read it quickly.
This entire gym is wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Between Pikachu's expression and Blaine literally cheering every time you get one right.
Uh-huh. I love this gym. It's great. Quiz time. True or false? TM28 contains the move Tombstony. Tombstony? What the hell is Tombstony? And we're correct.
I love that the response isn't no.
Yeah, you could either say false or what's that? And you'd get it correct because again, what the hell is Tombstony? Like that's just like
if
morbid.
If they make a move in the next generation called Tombstony, I'm gonna die.
Miss Inverse battles, they were so fun. Inverse battles. Boy, it's been a while since I did any of those. What were inverse battles again? Is that the ones where it reversed the effectiveness, the type effectiveness?
Bro, that would fuck me up so hard. Like, I would be hitting not very effectives like every round because my brain is just pre-programmed.
Yeah. Okay, last question. Final question. Challenger Jenny, tell me, who are you about to battle? All of these are correct, so...
all of them are correct.
I mean, this is just an insult, frankly, but...
You say that when you
this one, too, but... did it say the hot-headed quizmaster on any of his signs? I forget if it did, but I guess we'll say that. Because, I mean, it's his moniker, it's his nickname, so he's gonna like that anyway. Blaine, where are you? He didn't come in to cheer for me this time.
Ah!
And then Pikachu is so surprised because he didn't expect the fireworks show, but we are in a fire-type gym, so...
What a show-off.
I love Blaine. This whole gym sequence is great, man. Like, I would go back and do the Pokemon Mansion 6 times over if I got to do this for every other gym.
I love, like, the Magmar up there, but you can barely see its face.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and by the way, look at his tie.
I guess he got a little bit too overkill with the pyrotechnics.
And look at his eyes. 7th gym leader Blaine would like to battle. Again, this gym is a treasure. Okay, like this is one of the best parts about Let's Go, this gym. It's great, I love it, it's fantastic. Okay, so Mithra is going to handle this Magmar. How so? Well, she's 6 levels ahead and she has Splishy Splash, so you tell me. Good.
That thing
Very good.
survived.
No, I actually expected that. That's fine. I expected it to live. I'm going to take a hit, and then I'm going to Zippy Zap, and then it's going to be dead. Unless he has a potion, in which case I'll Zippy Zap and then Splishy Splash again. So, gritting like an idiot. No, this gym makes me happy, honestly. It's just great. Like, I haven't been this happy since some of the gyms in Unova in Gen 5. Like, the gyms in Unova were great because they all had something interesting going on, and they really channeled the energy from the Unova gyms here, where they kind of said, you know, in Unova, there's like a stage show where it's like a fashion show, and they have the World Ends With You music in there, basically, and everything like that. Like, that was great, and then, like, all the gyms, basically, in Unova were great, because they all had something interesting going on in them, except for the first gym in some cases, because, I mean, like, okay, so it's a restaurant, and then it's the trainer school. That's all fine and good, like, no big deal, but it's not that interesting. But the other 7 gyms had things going for them, and they really said, you know what, we should channel that here in some way. And so all the gyms here are still similar to how they were, but they have a spin to them that's a little more interesting, you know, so I like it. Okay, so again, we're keeping with our theme where we have one person do, let me start over. Where we have one Pokemon KO one of Blaine's Pokemon. So we're going to send Emery in and probably get really, really wrecked by a Flare Blitz. Yeah, ow. I think we can live too. If that was a low roll, I'm going to cry, but we'll KO with Earthquake, so.
I find it incredibly amusing that this thing specifically can turn the flames off so people can ride it.
Actually, well, here's how Rapidash's flames work. If it trusts its rider, the flames don't hurt you.
Exactly. So
it's not turned off. They're still there. It's just that they don't hurt you. Like it literally, they don't burn hot, but only if it trusts you. So, and they still burn hot for people that it doesn't trust. So let's say somebody tries to like mug you while you're on your Rapidash or something. If they touched Rapidash, it would still hurt them, but it wouldn't hurt you even if you're on it. So.
Oh, that's a good boy.
Oh boy, he has an Arcanine. Okay, so is this his ace? Let me see what the level is. Yeah, that's his ace. His ace is an Arcanine. Good ace. I enjoy it. I approve. Let's send Stitch in and see what we can do.
Imagine just riding in the back of a Rapidash and like the flames in the back of its head are just warming your face up. You're just like your head's entirely covered in
It's
there.
just like you're on. You know what would be cool is if in like the Diamond and Pearl remasters, if they I don't know if they're gonna have riding Pokemon because they're going with like a chibi aesthetic, so I don't know if they'll have you riding around. But Rapidash is in Diamond and Pearl as like the premier fire type of the area. So if you could ride around on it, it'd be kind of cool to like ride around on Route 217 and like just all of the snow just burns underneath it. So
you could do a great Headless Horseman cosplay if you had a Rapidash with
I'm gonna need to heal. Yeah.
Like opaque flame. Just put on a suit of armor, just hop on top of the thing and just ride. Your entire head would get covered up. You'd have like you'd be like heated.
Yeah.
It's great.
So we can take another Outrage after this. It's going to depend on whether he gets confused here or not, so... He didn't. Okay, that's fine. I actually prefer this outcome, so... You know what I forgot to do that I was thinking about doing before I took on Blaine's last Pokemon? Is, I was thinking about teaching Totoro Rock Slide since we just got it and he can learn it, but I didn't teach it to him. So I guess we'll just do this the hard way. Makes it more interesting, right? Because we have to have a fourth Pokemon to take on his last, and I know just what it is and just what I'm going to use, so... But Stitch took on his ace, so that's the important part. And yeah, his last is a Ninetales, and it knows... I think it only knows a couple of different moves. Like, its main thing that it uses, of course, is Fire Blast, but in addition to Fire Blast, it also has, like, I don't know, something really dumb, like Quick Attack or something. It might have Confuse, right? So do I send an Interceptor, or do I send Totoro in? I think I'll send Interceptor in, actually. I was going to send Totoro originally, but Interceptor can probably kill this thing in, like, 2 Outrages, so... Yeah, if only I had Thick Fat, this would be a lot easier, but that's okay. We're fine. So yeah, we'll take a little bit from Fire Blast, because it's 120 or 110 base power, but we've got an effectiveness resistance to it, and we can't get burned by it either, so that's helpful. Get angry, Interceptor! Show them the fire of your spirit! You know, after a quick attack.
I know about like Ghost and Yokai lore now, I'm legitimately surprised that no one turned Ninetales into a Ghost type.
I mean, it... Well, so it turns into a Fairy type for Alola. It's Ice Fairy, so it... But yeah, it could have potentially been a Ghost type. I think it would have been really interesting if, from the start, like way back in Gen 1, if it was a Fire Ghost type. Because, like, it would have been another Ghost type besides just Ghastly Haunter Gengar, so it would have been more interesting, but...
I think the thing that I've realized is that there's a lot of, like, how do I put this, convenient type combinations, like Ghost Poison, Ghost Dark. They need to start, like, taking some of the weirder ones and just throwing them all forward.
We didn't get Bug Psychic until Sword and Shield, and Bug Psychic is, like, a really cool type combination, so... Okay, well, that takes care of Blaine. Not really a bit of a challenge, but again, we're over-leveled at this point because the game over-leveled me with all the trainers, so... Remember when Fire Blast had more accuracy? It's gotten nerfed, I think, 2 times over the years. Probably. I remember in Gen 1 when Blizzard was 90% accurate. That was my jam back in the day. I still used Ice Beam because I like 100% accuracy, but Blizzard being 90% was pretty ridiculous. Like, that's really strong for a 90% accurate move. Anyway, we've beaten Blaine, we've beaten the quiz show, and got our Volcano badge. Awesome. Yeah, it would be terrifying in modern day. And for defeating Blaine, we also get TM46 Fire Blast. Not as useful as some of the other TMs you get from the gyms. As a matter of fact, this is probably the least useful one out of all of them. But it's very strong, and you already have Flamethrower, so. I also like how one of the Blaine dolls that ricocheted off the walls and flew out from in front of us is just sitting on the floor there now. And there's another one behind him. Like, again, I love this gym. It's great. The attention to detail here is on point, so.
How many types are there now?
18, I think.
18.
Don't waste it on water types. Hold on. First, let's see what Mithra has to say. You did good, Mithra. You did good. Everybody did good. But you let us off strong, just like usual. So. Yeah, give him a new type, please. No, he likes that one. It looks like his fiery spirit. So don't waste it on a water type, he says. Oh, can I do this to Blaine? I actually like Blaine, so I don't know if I want to be vindictive like this directly in front of him, but I mean, I guess I'm already here, so. Sorry, Blaine, but I have other ideas for your TM. Where is it? There it is.
You know, I'm suddenly regretting purging all math from my mind.
Really? Why?
Because I'm trying to think how many combinations it would be. Like, there's 18 types. You can have 2 per. Without repeats or inverting them. How many would that be? Is that just 36?
No, there's a lot more than that. Like, you'd have hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of combinations, because that's... Well, that's a permutation, so you'd have hundreds of thousands of combinations at the very least, if not more than that, so...
Well, time for Google.
Yeah, just get a permutation calculator and do 18p2. and then see what it comes up with, because it's going to come up with a very big number. I think that's how you would do it anyway. I haven't done math in a while. At least advanced level math, anyway.
What's math? I don't know what the fuck that is.
Yeah, Gyarados having Fire Blast is awesome, but he explicitly told me don't waste it on water types. Although you can't waste TMs in this game anymore because, well, you know, they have infinite uses, so... 306?
306.
Okay. Well, that's not too bad.
Does that mean there's theoretically...
If it's correct...
153 combinations? Because you always divide it by 2 if you don't want, like,
No, it would
reversed?
still be... No, it would still be 306 because they did the division for you because it was a permutation.
Oh.
So if that's correct, if using a permutation in that situation is correct, there would be 306 unique type combinations for Pokemon.
I wonder how many they've used.
That's a good question. Oh, apparently I'm here now. So did you just finish up the quiz show, or... They must have been taping a whole bunch of episodes ahead of time.
You can just stop wearing those pants, dude. You do not look good in those pants.
They're like capris. Like, what the hell?
Only looks like Roxas wearing tighter pants.
Oh my god.
I'm really out here about to roast your clothes.
I need to get more fashionable.
You also need to fix that damn cowlick.
Yeah, that's
Just like in real life.
that's some bedhead. Yeah, apparently so. And this was our 7th, so...
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, same. I mean, we tried to check in on it a while ago, and it was completely locked up. Well, we haven't been in it yet, but... So yeah, just in case you didn't know where to go from here, your rival's here to let you know.
How many trainers got to Viridian City after getting all 7 badges, and the place is just fucking closed. There's a conga line of people camping out outside.
Yeah, I would imagine there'd be a lot of trainers who'd get to the end of the challenge. Although it might just be us two at this point, because like the gym challenge isn't easy. So it might just be me and, well, me at this point who got to the end of it. So anyway, let's top off our items before we head out. And I don't have any use for this Firestone right now, so I'm gonna set it. I don't think we'll have anything else where we're gonna need it, so sell off all of these tiny candies. I might buy up to 100 Ultra Balls actually, just to have them. And we must have gotten another X accuracy somewhere. I must not have been paying attention. So let's buy. Oh wait, we don't need to buy any Hyper Potions because, well, I'm not buying those anymore. So let's just buy these.
Damn, what are we about to have for dinner today?
I don't know.
Me either.
You want that other piece of fish? Oh, we got a Premier Ball. So yeah, we can get a Premier Ball for buying 10 or more of any particular Pokeball that you get.
I do want that other piece of fish, but I also don't want to eat the entire thing by myself because I feel bad.
I mean, you could.
Bad last time.
I mean, you could eat half of it.
That's true. We might actually have to cook something before they come back.
No, you would have to cook something because you don't eat reheated meat.
I eat reheated burgers.
Okay, well, I think there's still burgers in there.
If not, we can make some.
It's true.
I know how to make burgers. I know how to cook. It's just nobody's asked me to the entire time we've been here.
Well, maybe we'll make burgers before they come back then.
Maybe we should go to like Sam's and pick up some steaks or something.
I don't know if I want to do that. We already went to Sam's Club. So
That's fine.
I like to get my groceries all at once.
To be fair, we didn't exactly get all that much. We
No.
weren't even in there for that long.
No, we didn't get a whole lot while we were in there. So I don't know. We'll figure it out later this week. Our parents are out of town at the moment, so that's why we're
It's
debating
so
about
quiet.
this.
It's wonderful. You can hear a pin drop in my room.
I believe it.
I need to move that, dude.
We'll work on it one of these days, but for now, we need to head back up Route 21 in order to get back to the town where we started all of this off at. We'll go back to our hometown, and then we'll head off for Viridian City to take the final gym challenge and head off to the Pokemon League. But that's not going to happen until the next episode of Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, the Stream Edition. Oh, don't worry, Mithra. There's still plenty of places for us to go, and you won't have to wonder where we're going next for very long. We're gonna destroy the Elite Four. I know! We're gonna be like almost as high of a level as the end game person in the Elite Four in this one. It's ridiculous. So, thank you for watching, everybody. I appreciate you coming out to Twitch and YouTube to check out the stream. And I will see all of you on the next one, which is gonna happen on Friday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, where we'll go off and get our 8th badge. Until then, everybody, take care and have a good one.
Bang.
Make a chopped slice of old meat with some cubes of onion and garlic. Fry it or heat it in a pan with a little bit of tomato sauce. See, there you go. Why don't you do that?
I didn't think of it before.
Well, there you go. Ghost Hand just told you. Take old piece of reheated meat, fry it in a pan with some other stuff, and there you go. You eat reheated meat.
Pog.
Technically, it's recooked, but I can't believe we didn't figure that out before. I'm gonna flip a table. I can't flip this one though because the mic's on this one, and so is my water bottle. And this water bottle is really nice. It's like 25 ounces. It's like stainless steel on the outside. It's pretty nice. You know, I could probably just keep talking. Even after the stream is over like this, we could just get on tangents like this and talk about whatever for like hours after this.
I mean, you're correct.
It's ridiculous.